What I didn't expect, someone was going to record the entire fucking thing from start to finish. Oh, my God. I got an offer from Porsche, Lamborghini, which turned into a Mercedes-AMG, and Aston Martin and 2 prototype teams. Now, the problem, so when it comes to racing, if you have the money, you can become quick. All you need is seat time. Come to the track, we'll line them up. I will give you a 10-second head start in your Aventador. Before the lap is done, I will pass you, and I'll wave. I'll turn my hazards on, too, of them.
Walk us through everything that happened.
Do we need to warm up with a Porsche conversation first? Come back to it?
Like, put the Vaseline on first.
No,
Don't just,
lube,
like,
no
shove it.
Vas.
Okay.
We're fucking straight in this.
McLaren Senna. So, it was the best thing and the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Not the best. There's a lot of good things that have happened in my life, but I needed that to happen in my life. Okay. I was talking to Houston about it, and he told me this was like a good way for my life to slow down because I was always chasing one high after another. Okay. And when I crashed that night, my good friend Bache, who owns Circuit Sim Racing, we were there for his grand opening. We hosted a car show, and then it was a sim racing place. And we had a 250-person shootout. So 250 people got on the sim for 10 minutes. You put your fastest lap down. And then the top 20 got to do a 10-person shootout. And then the top 5 from each 10 did a final, 10-person race. I won the entire thing. Okay. So I was, on a high, right? I won, and then everyone left. And then I had my friends from Origins over there. Allegedly, I had him there. And allegedly, I got in the car. And, dude, I don't know what happened. It was the dumbest. I was going that way. And then I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me I'll come back, give the boys a little riff. So there's a multitude of things that went wrong with the car. And I can list every single one of them. But at the end of the day, it was my foot that was on the gas pedal. So, it's my fault. Okay. I blamed McLaren before, not after the accident, but so that car, if you've ever been in it, it's got 2 traction control systems. One's for the powertrains, one's for the aero. That's traction control off, and then it's got an ESC button. You have a McLaren, right? 720?
Yeah, I had a 720.
You had?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if it's the same platform. It might be, but you hit ESC and it says it says press and hold to confirm. Is yours like that too?
Yeah, you have to actually activate it. To actually
but the ESC light comes off. So ESC is off, but then you press and hold to confirm, and then half the time it would say ESC VDC disabled. The other half of the time it would say unable to perform, please read owner's manual. Now, Senna's a 2019 car. It was in a brand new car.
Problematic one.
I didn't have, that's what I thought. McLarens have so many electronic problems. That's what I blamed it on. I was like, oh, it's just another electronic fault. I didn't even realize, but had I read the fucking owner's manual, it said, Gutter Snake told me this, Mark, the steering wheel has to be straight because it's calibrating the suspension, the steering rack, the angle, and all that, and then ESC and VDC turn off. If it's slightly turned to the left or right, it only disables ESC. So VDC was still on during this time. So was that, and the dealer had put Michelin PS4 tires, not the Trofeo Rs, because that's all they could get in 24 hours. That I had AP Racing brakes that I just installed the day before, but because I was supposed to go to COTA and race over there. That was my track car. I just took it to this car show for, just support my friend Bache. So I did the donut, and it was a third gear burnout. And then I turned slightly left because the road goes a little left. And I'm assuming, I don't know, okay, it could just be I fucked up. Because there's so many things that went wrong. I don't know what the actual cause is. So I had to assume this is what it was. I turned left, and now the car's thinking the wheels are spinning faster than the car's traveling. So it's out of control, and the car's turning left. So naturally, when you're turning left, it's supposed to do this.
Right.
So it applied brakes on the front right. Now I don't know if it's because I had racing brakes on it that it overbit, but whatever it was, it just literally just hit, high-sided, and shot straight to the wall. Like
a bullet straight to the wall.
And there was with that inertia, there was nothing I could do. There's no controlling it. But that was okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. But at the end of the day, it was my fucking foot was on there. I was too fucking happy from the race and
everything, bro.
Yeah, it was what I didn't expect. Okay, so was that someone was gonna record the entire fucking thing from start to finish. Oh my god. So my first thought when I crashed was, well, actually my second thought. My first thought when I crashed, I was like, I can't believe this just happened.
Right.
Like, I love that car.
Right.
Okay, such a special car, green on saddle. I was searching for a Senna for a little while. There was a white one with like blue accents on it for $1 million. I didn't like it. There was like a black one. It's like I wanted a special one. I was searching for like 2 months, and then like finally I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy this white one. I'll paint it green and I'll redo the interior saddle. Like obviously I love green. And then I'm talking to the dealer, Prestige Imports, and like
Shout out, Brett.
yeah, shout out Brett. A couple days before like finally pulling trigger on it, this car pops up. I was like, impossible.
Right.
So I was like, it's meant to be. So like I bought it right away, sent deposit right away. Within like 2 hours, the car was mine. And then after I bought it, I just thought it was a green on saddle, like because that's how the dealership described the car. It was from Lamborghini or Broward. They didn't know what it was. And then I'm having dinner with my friends, so I sent it to the McLaren dealer in Miami. They were doing a service on it, putting tires on it, because I was doing a race to rally in Florida. I'm having dinner with my friend Nick Antonian and his friend.
Nick.
And, yeah, fucking Nick. You see him at the gym. He's the best.
He's the fucking funniest people.
I made him get naked, like not naked, but like in his underwear at the gym, and like he started doing dumbbells. That's funny. But so I'm having dinner, and then we're talking to the guy. I forget the guy's name, but you know, I said I bought a Senna, and he's a huge car collector. He owns this lumber company, so he's got like stupid money.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. He's like, which one? I go, oh, it's green on saddle. I swear to God. He pulls out his phone. He goes, this one? I go, yeah. I go, why do you have a picture of it? Like it's his wallpaper. Right? The Senna is his ultimate car, and that one specifically is his favorite car. He starts fucking listing everything about the car. Like it's a 101. It's a Kiwi only one. That's Kiwi commissioned by a VIP McLaren customer. It's Project Kilo 2. Project Kilo 1 was a 650 that was like done in like full carbon, like extra horsepower. Same owner commissioned this car, and it's like the only one with a gold sheet exhaust. And like he just starts naming like all these, like only one with carbon fiber wheels, like $150,000. I don't even know these things. I was like, bro, I just thought I bought a green on saddle Senna, right? And then I find out I have like the Senna of all Sennas. So when I crashed it, I was like, it's irreplaceable, right? And I couldn't believe that it happened. And I remember like there's like smoke in the car from the airbags.
Yeah.
And bro, like I got so depleted.
Bro, I
and
can't
then
fucking imagine.
Yeah, that was the worst, right? Yeah.
Exits.
And then my second thought, literally my second thought was like good job, idiot. Like you just cost yourself $1 million. I was like, I bought the car for 1.3. Okay. And then I was like, it's either gonna cost $1 million to fix, and like these are like all thoughts that are in your head, like as you're sitting there.
Immediately.
There's
smoke in the car, everything's going up, the airbag's right there, and you're just like,
yeah,
your wheels are turning.
And there's like a big concrete barrier that I like crashed into, like in front of me. So I'm like, it's either gonna cost me $1 million to fix, or if it's totaled, all I could get is like $200,000-$300,000 for this car. Like I'm already like doing numbers in my head. I'm like, so then my net loss is $1 million, like no matter how you look at it. And then I'm like, fuck, the car might catch on fire. Like, let me get out. Here's how you release the doors. I pull, nothing happens. Like this side hasn't been hit, but McLaren Electronics. Yeah. So okay, this is the one time they go bad. Door's not opening. And then on the other side, there's like parked cars. So I'm like, fuck, like I think the door is gonna hit the cars. And like now there's a lot of smoke in the car, but it's from the airbags. I'm thinking like, you obviously think worst case scenario. You're like, there's a fire. Like, I'm going to die. And then, luckily, I watched a video on that Shmi did. Shout out, Tim. On the Senna. And there's, like, an emergency release. I couldn't reach this one because the bucket comes out. So I reached out on the passenger. I pulled it. Door opens up. I get out of the car. And then I look at it. I'm like, oh, my God. Now everyone's running towards me. Like, people inside the dealership.
Right.
Lexus of... Oh, the Hills. Shout out you guys. Jesus Christ. Fucking A. You know what's funny is I used to tow for them. I did all their dealer trades.
Really?
Yeah, back when I had a towing company. I did all the dealer trades for all the Lexus dealerships in Southern California.
Bro, how fitting is that?
Yeah. So allegedly, this is what I'm thinking. No, I'm kidding. There's a police report and everything on it. So I was like, fuck. What do I do now? On my first thing, I'm like, call a tow truck. Like, let me get the car out of here. Like, I'll deal with it tomorrow. And I feel embarrassed. Like, my friend's there. He just had a grand opening. Like, I didn't want to take away from his, moment. And also, it's directly across the street from him. So it's like a bad luck for his business.
Right.
So, anyway, bro, the amount of people, like, you just crashed a hypercar on Ventura Boulevard, right? Like, it's an eyesore.
Yeah.
Into a dealership. There's like the amount of people that came and started filming. I'm like, let me just get out of here. Like, I don't want to be filmed.
Right.
So I'm on the other side of the street. Cops show up before the police. Before the tow truck gets there. Cute cat. And then car gets taken away. And like 20 minutes into this, my friend Vache, he's like, everything happens for a reason. I'm like, Vache, shut the fuck up. You go crash your car and let me tell you everything happens for a reason. Like, yeah, bro. Like, this is not what I want to hear. I want to hear, like, it's going to be okay. We'll make it right. This is just a dream. This didn't happen.
Go fuck yourself.
Something you would say to me. Yeah, that's something you would say.
He got rear-ended when we were doing like a night rally, and as soon as he like looks at me, and I was like, everything's gonna be okay, bro. I was like, you're gonna be fine.
No, it's not. And then, so I'm thinking, everything's going to be all right. All right, this is like an hour after it's happened. Like, cops are gone. They take my report. And also, when I got the Senna, I had, who did I have first? I had Farmers, and then Farmers wouldn't approve me on the Senna. Like, I don't have the best driving record, obviously. And then Farmers only had a $750,000 policy. Okay. So then I shopped it around to Haggerty, and then Haggerty literally sent my Instagram page to my insurance agent. And they're like, "Are you kidding? we're not insuring this guy." So then I had to get like this other insurance company. So I had to swap insurance company to get insurance on the Senna, right? And then I have the Aston Martin Valhalla coming and a bunch of other cars. So another thought in my head is like, bro, like, this is gonna cost me $1 million because I'm gonna pay for it out of pocket. Like, I can't go through insurance. Like, I'm not getting approved. And like a little backstory on that. Every time I've gotten into an accident, I had a towing company before. I had the biggest towing company in Southern California. I had 52 trucks. We had like 250 calls a day. So even if like one out of every like 5,000 cars you damage, that's like every 20 days. Like, you damage a car, right? And depending on the tow truck driver, like, I've had cars literally fall off the bed of the truck on the freeway. I remember this, 3 Series cost me $18,000. Like, I wrote a check.
You have to.
I'm not going through insurance because I was paying $177,000 for one location, like 100 somewhere else. I was paying like a little over $250,000 just for insurance at the time. This is like 2015. That was a lot of money back then. Now it's like $1 million basically. Absolutely. So if I filed an insurance claim every 20 days, first of all, I'd get dropped, and my premium would be like $2 million a year. Like, all my profit would be gone. So I've been used to always just writing checks, scratch a bumper, rip a bumper off, A-arm, whatever it is. Yeah. My LP640 burned on the side of the freeway, blue engine, and the red one. I paid for it out of pocket, put a new engine in, like, repair the rear end. Someone keyed my Ferrari FF. I paid for that out of pocket. The Hummer that I totaled, that was genius. You know about the Hummer?
No.
I don't know.
I was one of the first people to get the Hummer, the EV, the pickup.
Yeah.
You don't know this?
No, I don't know this.
This is a funny story. So I bought the car with 11 miles on it, on the odometer. I bought the car for $130K. This is when they were going for like $250. Okay, it's like they were brand new. I had a guy that was gonna come by for $190,000. I was gonna make a quick $60K. Okay, this happened on, like, I bought the car on Wednesday. He was coming on Thursday.
He was gonna lose a quick $100K.
Yeah. So I bought the car with 11 miles on it. Guess how many miles it took for me to crash a car?
27.
No, fuck it. Like 3 miles.
I crashed it with 17 miles on the odometer. 6 miles. I literally drove it from the dealership to my workplace, and then we had this like dirt path in the back. I took it there. It started like we were like sliding. I put it in watts for freedom mode, which slams the suspension, and that's what gives you the full 1,000 horsepower. There had been a washout from the monsoon in Las Vegas, so I didn't know, but like it wasn't a big drop. It was like a foot drop. But when there's no suspension travel, like going on that foot drop, it like bent the chassis on the Hummer. It like Road and Track did like an article. And
Jeez.
yeah, it was like so the Senna driver, like it wasn't just like the guy crashed the Senna. It was the guy that totaled the Hummer on the first day of ownership also totaled the Senna. So I've been known like I'm like the crash dummy now in the automotive segment. So
good luck with insurance.
yeah. So but even that car, like I paid for it. Like I wrote it off. Like I've never filed an insurance claim because I have speeding tickets. Like, and if I file insurance claims like from accidents, like even my the only time I've done an insurance claim is on this car. Someone T-boned me. It wasn't my fault. But even then, my insurance went up because that guy didn't have insurance. So they used my uninsured motorist, which like fucking sucked. It doesn't make any sense. But my insurance.
They can't raise your policy though.
They did.
They can't.
They did.
I know they did, but I'm telling you, like,
because my insurance ended up paying for it. So even though it's not my fault, there's still like $100,000 claim on my insurance policy.
That's so.
It doesn't make any sense, right?
It doesn't. Bro.
So when the Senna thing happened, I was like, first of all, like I had to like shop around and like hop through 3 different insurance policies, like companies to finally get approved.
Right.
So there's no way I can file an insurance claim. Right. So I'm getting dropped off at home. Watch is driving me home, and then Gigi calls me. She's like, "Are you okay?" And this is like an hour after the accident. I was like, "Yeah, what are you talking about?" She's like, "I just saw the video." I go, "What video?" She goes, "The Senna, it's like on Instagram." I'm like, my heart sank, bro. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, my insurance is gonna see this. Like they're gonna drop me, and then like this hypercar that I have coming, the Aston Martin, I'm not gonna be able to get it. And like if you don't have insurance, you can't have the car.
Right.
And then I DM that guy right away. I'm like, hey, like please take the video down. Like this will like fucking ruin me. Like I'll pay you if I have to. I can't have this video floating around. Like I don't want my insurance to find out. That guy, luckily, super cool guy. The initial guy that filmed it, cool guy, took it off, super respectful.
But it's too late.
Bro, too late?
Too late.
Oh my God, dude. I was on it like
the
first like
for an hour, you're way too late.
Yeah.
Gigi gave you the heads up too, and it's fucking still too late.
Bro, like it's like trending. Okay, it's like this guy's posting it, and like I DM this guy. And you know what the fucked up thing was? There was one guy that I go to the track with. Like I know the guy. Like I don't really know him, but I've seen him at the track. Mm-hmm. He posted the video, and I hit him up. I was like, "Look, please, like, remove the video. I'll pay you." And then that guy, he's like, "Yeah, brother. Like, sorry. Like, this is what he's replying to me. Like, he's like super like friendly, but then he deletes his comment, so it's just mine." He ended up taking the video down.
And then post a screenshot?
He posted a screenshot of that. And then now, all of a sudden, Edmond Mondi is committing insurance fraud. Doesn't want his insurance to find out about it, like, because they think, bro, there's a fucking police report. Like, insurance knows about this. But it also just happened like an hour ago. Like, I've never crashed $1 million car before. Right. I don't know, like, what's going to happen, right? And I also don't fucking want it trending because I'm, like, getting DMs.
Bro,
okay.
Crazy.
Haha, loser. How does it feel to crash a Senna? And like, I'm like, bro, I don't want that out there.
Right.
So,
like, what color is your Senna?
Yeah. Right. And then one of my businesses.
Wouldn't you like to know
what
it's like?
One of my businesses, like, I have a whole board, right? I don't want my like shareholders to see this video. Right. Right. Like, the CEO of the company is driving recklessly. Like, it's not a good look for my company. Right. So I wanted that video gone, and I was literally willing to pay to get people to take it down. And then a few people reached out to me. BJ Baldwin, shout out to him. He checked up on me, and he's like, "Was ESC on?" I was like, "How can you tell?" He called engine management. I go, "How can you tell?" He goes, "That didn't look normal. Like the way the car just went sideways, that just didn't look normal." So what am I landing at? But the next day I wake up and I fucking slept that night. Like, it's a nightmare. Like, I don't want to deal with this. I go to bed, I sleep, I wake up the next day, and I'm getting a fucking call from Germany. My cousin's in Germany. They're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "How do you know?" It's like, it's on the fucking local news. I'm like, it hasn't been 24 hours yet. It's on the local news in Germany. Like, that's how viral it went. It was like 1 billion views, 500 million views. Like everyone's posting it, like cumulatively.
I remember seeing it. I remember
it was.
Yeah.
My first thought, I was like, we go to the gym together. I hope he's okay.
Bro, yeah. Speaking of the gym, I go to the gym like the next day or like 2 days later, and like I'm getting like side eyes. Like this guy's here. Like I'm like, bro, it's just a fucking car. Like, you know,
all
like
the arms
like everyone's having their like conversation. Like they've talked about it. Like, did you see what happened? Did you see what happened? Like, yeah. And then I walk in. I'm like, dude, it's so fucking awkward. But it was the worst in that sense. But it was, in the end, my friend was right. Everything happens for a reason. I did end up filing an insurance claim because my insurance found out about it. I went to drop the keys off at, it went immediately to IAA or Copart. I went to drop the keys off over there. I'm like, insurance already knows about it. Like, I might as well just file the fucking claim at this point. And they're going to drop me regardless. Sure enough, they did drop me afterwards. But I filed the claim and I got 1.9 out of it. Okay. So I made $600K. Like,
wow,
it was great.
And everything it was on video. There was a police report.
Yeah, police report, and I mean, I like
all above board.
Yeah, it was great. You know Lermont?
Yeah.
He goes to our gym. He's dope as hell. He actually got me the money.
We talked about that the other
day
too.
Okay. Yeah. He got me more money than they were willing to pay, and like in the end, I made $600K on it. But it was good, not just because like the money side. It was good because it like really made me reflect on life, and I needed for the bottom to kind of hit.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through a lot of shit. That month, I had ended a 7-year on and off relationship. I was my birthday was coming up. I crashed the car. My younger sister was getting married like a couple days, 2 weeks later. It's like
it was a lot of shit.
It was a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, fuck, like I want to get married. I want to have kids.
Right.
And then this relationship just ended. My younger sister's getting married. It's like shit.
I know this fucking thing. It won't pick up the noise, but the fucking
it'll pick that up.
It will?
Yeah, that's
that's the fucking ground is shaking. Of course, it's gonna pick it up.
That's a little different. They're gonna hear the choo choo in that one. Yeah.
Choo choo. So yeah, in the end, it was good. It needed to happen. It's like everything in life happens for a reason, apparently, and it needed to happen. And it's sad because I do miss that car. Like I genuinely miss that car. It was such. And by the way, it was the easiest car to drive, which doesn't make any sense.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sure you've seen my other videos where the rally, the second day I had the car, there's like a SVJ and like a bunch of cars parked on the side. I do a donut and then I do a perfect like power slide like a foot away from those cars. Bro, that car, it literally goes wherever you want it to. Okay? When everything is off, ESC, VDC and all, like it's 2,600 pounds. Yeah. It has the suspension has the like geometry and all that. Like it's perfectly dialed in. It will go where you point it to go. Not this night.
Right.
It was such a fucking amazing car to drive, which doesn't make sense because I crashed it. But yeah, it was like easier to drive than this. It was just like a lot of power on a go-kart is what it felt like.
Bro, because people don't realize the power to weight displacement on that type of thing, bro. Like when something like that happens, like you say, you end up and you don't have time to react.
Yeah.
You're done at that point.
Yeah. Cold tires too. And just like, yeah. But yeah, that's the Senna. So thank you for starting off that. Can we talk about something normal now?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. We can talk about anything normal.
You just look at the Senna. That's got a whole different, you're talking about like getting filmed, everyone's filming. You're in a Senna.
Yeah.
Something like a Porsche, driving around a GT3.
Yeah.
Not as many cameras are out filming you, right?
Yeah.
There's no fucking way. He could have done that in any fucking car.
You know, GT3 or Senna, like if we were doing a fucking donut on Ventura Boulevard and then you crash into a Lexus dealership.
And everybody knew it was you, too. That's probably what it is.
What
it was.
That's what it is, right? And this happens to me, like, at the track all the time, too. I go to the track and, like, I'm on a warm-up session. I'm just, like, it's, like, my first time out on the track, just getting tire temp up to, like, doing 3 laps, getting tire temp up to exit and like set the pressure where it needs to be, getting the transmission and engine oil temps up and like all that. and then like I see like guys up my ass, like, oh, it's fucking Edmond Mondi on the track, like I gotta beat him, right?
Right,
I'm like, bro, I'm like going at like 60% pace right now. I'm like, and they're like, oh, I kept up with Edmond Mondi. So yeah, there's a lot of that. And then, dude, the hate that I got when the Senna thing happened, it was unbelievable, bro. You couldn't imagine it. Like literally, like guys just taking the moment to shit on me, right? Like the DMs I was getting, and then I go on their page and I look, it's like a fucking like 16-year-old kid with a clapped out G35.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, like what color is your Senna?
Yeah,
right?
100%.
And then the private equity fund, the owner of it calls me the next day. He's like, hey, like, you all right? I was like, yeah. He's like, how you feel, man? Like, you good? I was like, yeah, I feel embarrassed and I feel disappointed. He goes, what are you embarrassed about? I go, it's fucking like, I crashed the car. It's like everywhere. He goes, bro, there's 8 billion people in this world. This is like such a G thing for him to say. And after this comment, and I like really needed to hear this because it was like 24 hours of just like, what the fuck is going on? Right. He goes, there's 8 billion people in this world. How many people have seen a Senna? How many people have sat inside a Senna? And how many people own a Senna? Like, what do you have to be embarrassed about? Like, look where you are in life. Like, relatively speaking, right?
Bro, 100%.
Yeah, so it's, well, yeah, what color is your Senna at the end of the day?
Bro,
so
100%. You have to fucking be in it to be able to do some shit like that.
yeah, and then all the hypercar owners, like all those guys, reached out to me. Like Manny Hoshbin reached out, and he's like, "Are you good? Like, are you okay?" Like, it's the guys that like I don't want to say envious, but it's like the guys that don't have it. Like, they take the moment to like just berate you with like hate.
It's an opportunity for them to try to, and they'll take that shit.
Yeah,
it's the perspective of, oh, if I had it, how I would treat it. Well, you don't. You don't have it. There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
100%, bro.
Anyway,
Let's get into something normal. Let's talk about normal.
Yeah. What else are we talking about?
How many Porsches do you have right now?
I have this. It's funny. So I had no idea my car was going to be the backdrop.
Yeah.
I was going to come with my Panamera, but I hit a pothole yesterday. So I have a 24 Panamera, green on brown. I have this. I have a green CGT. I have a 86 turbo. I have a 74 MFI and a 993 GT2. My favorite from all of them, like, I love this one. This is like, it's my beater. Like, it's my track rat. It is indestructible. Like, you do whatever you want with this car. I love this thing. I love GT3s, GT3 RSs. I know you guys don't, for whatever. You guys are weird. You guys are like really stupid.
He's been waiting to say that exact fucking line.
Yeah, the GT3 platform, like the 911 platform, is amazing. My GT2 is probably my favorite. That thing is a monster. 2,300 pounds, 600 horsepower, big turbo, analog. It's just it's a hoot to drive. The CGT is scary. It actually is. But I saw tires on it. They're 8 years old. There's a recall that Porsche is doing, so I took it in for service, but they had to order parts, so I got to take the car back in 2 months. Meanwhile, I'm redoing the interior to saddle. So it'll
That's
be like
your fucking look, huh?
It is, yeah, it is. It'll be like the Senna spec. And the Valhalla that I'm getting to, that I hate. I hate the Valhalla that it has to be green because Aston Martin's color is green. Yeah. So I feel like 75% of Valhallas are going to be green. So,
but which green is it going to be? There's a lot of different greens.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, I don't know. I fly out to the factory April 11th. It's going to be my first time speccing a hypercar, so I'm like super excited. Mm-hmm. Hopefully there's like a PTS. I don't know if Aston Martin does a PTS where like you get to choose your shade of green. There is this color green that I want, which I'm painting this car that color. I told you I'm doing a white body kit on this, Carbonara kit, twin turbo in this car. And this car is going to be something different.
For those who don't know what kit this is the craziest shit possible.
Yeah.
The craziest fucking kit possible.
He's making 10 of the. He's been working on the car for 2 years.
Bro, I remember when he posted the very first little tidbit of it, like a little teaser of it, and I went, this guy's gonna go fucking insane on this thing. Yeah. And it took forever to him even kind of like you start to see the shape of it. And now literally 2 years later, he's fucking finally rolling these bitches out.
I was going to trade this car in for the new GT3 RS, but it's been 2 years that I've had that kid in the back of my mind. So I kept this car just to do the kid because I wasn't gonna do it on GT3RS. You got to like chop the fenders off and all that.
All that bullshit.
But yeah, this car's gonna be cool, and I'm gonna paint it green, and I'm gonna redo the interior.
I can't wait.
And twin turbo.
Yeah, twin turbo.
Twin turboing is pretty wild.
Yeah, I had shout out Alex Gintani. He did the twin turbo on
Shout out
my
Alex.
TT3RS, the 991.2 GT3RS.
Shout out Edmond for being the first one to ever pronounce his last name correctly.
Gintani, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what Gintani means?
What does it mean?
Oh, okay. In Armenian, Gintani means animal.
Okay.
Gintani, yeah, animal.
Did he give us the same reasoning when we came to his place?
The same.
Or did he give us some fluffy bullshit? I forgot what
He
he
probably said, I was in Italy.
Yeah,
Some guy say, Alex, the
Fuck
name
yeah.
of the shop is Gintani. Yeah,
I did not know
Alex
that.
is a cool guy. I love Alex.
Alex is the homie. Alex is the homie. We're gonna run a part 2 with him back. Pretty
Yeah,
soon.
he wants to do twin turbos on my CGT. I said, fuck no. There's no way. That car,
That'd be wild.
bro, that car is, have you ever driven a CGT?
No, we were out with Bowden, and he was like, "Let's go drive.
Yeah,
Let's go drive."
Josh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Josh. We're about to drive his shit, but we filmed at night, and we had to move all the cars out of the shop. We're like, "All right, let's run it back next time." He even says he's like, "It's a fucking interesting drive."
Yeah. That car, I'm sure it has to do with my tires being 8 years old.
It's probably a big piece.
Yeah, Porsche's putting new tires on it. Like, it's part of their recall campaign. They made specific Michelin tires for this car. That's how they dropped 11 seconds on the Nürburgring time,
Fucking
just from tires.
disgusting, dude.
Yeah, but this car, forget first or second or third, fourth gear, 3,000 RPMs. You stomp on it, it literally goes sideways. It just fucking lights them up. I've never been in a car, and it's only 600 horsepower. Like, it doesn't make any. Like, it's not supposed to have that much power.
What's it weigh?
I don't know. It's all carbon.
Right, they
Everything's
gotta
carbon.
be light cars.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Do you guys consider the CGT a hypercar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it has enough.
I love the CGT. It's my favorite Porsche.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The best sounding. I drove one in stock form. I hated it. I was like so disappointed. You know, like never meet your hero because like I'm a Porsche guy, of course. So the CGT and the 918 are like the pinnacle, right? I love the 918. I drove the CGT when it was like in stock form. I was so disappointed. I was like, where's this engine noise everyone talks about? And then I drove one that was straight piped. I was like, oh, now I get it. So I had to get a CGT after the Senna. Yeah, I love that car. But yeah, some people consider it a supercar. But to me, it was Porsche's, like, pinnacle of Porsche technology back in 05. So to me, that's a hypercar.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm
It
glad
was
we're on
right
the
there
same
with
page.
right there with the Enzo.
Yeah, it was.
So if the
Very
Enzo
nice
is a
Enzo.
hypercar, I would say the CGT is a hypercar.
Fuck
Yeah.
dude.
I just love the body line, how it's the way, I don't know, just like how it's flat all the way down from the front to the back, that one shoulder line.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite part of the car.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with the CGT, but that'll be a cool car. I'm going to do something stupid with it.
I can't wait to see what you fucking do.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, it's going to be, I'm going to do something with it. I don't know what. But yeah, I'll do something with it.
You just love Porsche.
I do.
Well, he's a race car driver.
Yeah.
I can see it. Don't get me wrong. I understand. For your purpose, your perspective, everything, I get it.
I want to get into like why you guys don't like it,
Well-
like, cause it like blows my mind. Like every time I watch a podcast, like number one thing you guys do is just like talk shit about the CG. I like Porsches.
Well, I can.
Why?
I can tell you, real quick. I'll give you my side. Then you can go off in your rant. So,
Okay.
we're supercar people.
Okay.
You can drive way better than I can drive.
Okay.
I'll just throw that out there. Be very honest. I fell in love with cars because of how they looked. Like
Yeah.
seeing the Mercy.
You don't
how
think
flat
this
and
looks
crazy.
good though?
It looks great.
Okay. All right.
But there's a difference between like doors up Mercy.
Bro, let
Yeah,
us talk
and
our
then a
shit.
GT3.
Let's talk our shit.
Yeah,
Let us
all
get
right,
there.
go
So
ahead.
that was always my thing. You're
Yeah.
looking at prices and I'm like, okay, I can get like this or doors go up. And you know, I'm a 13-year-old with posters on my wall. So
Yeah.
it was always doors go up. Then you grow up and I finally understand Porsche.
Okay.
Porsche makes the best sports car.
There is no
In the world.
substitute.
The best sports car.
Have you taken one on the track?
No.
Okay, I'm going Friday. I'm getting new tires tomorrow. I'm going Friday. Come with me. Bring your Aventador. Bring whatever cars you guys want. I'll have my friends bring like a bunch of cars, and you just drive every single one, right? I hated Porsche. I was like, it's a dentist car, just like you. First one. My first car was a red Lamborghini. I needed like loud,
Yeah,
you know, like bold statement. I'm here.
Look
right?
at me.
Yeah, exactly. I was a young kid, and like I
bro.
just started making money. That's what you want. And then my second car was a gated LP640 again. And then third car was another gated LP640. I loved Lamborghini, and at this point I had three. Sorry, I bought a white LP 550 manual as well. Okay. So I had 4 Lambos, and I thought, let me try Ferrari. And I hated Ferrari. Like, remember that? It's a picture of like the Lamborghini bull fucking the horse. The side. Yeah, I had that like poster. Okay, like I was that Lamborghini guy, right? I had that on my wall. So then I bought a Ferrari. I got an FF, and I was like, I get it now. Okay, I understand what the allure of Ferrari is. It's just, it's a different level of class. Like Lamborghini is like, look at me. Ferrari's like, I'm here.
It's a gentleman's car.
Yeah, but I never liked Porsche. I was like, it's too bubbly. It's like a it's a thing, Beetle. And then we were at a bachelor party in Vegas. My friend Vince was getting married. One of the events that we did during the bachelor party, besides the strip clubs and all that stuff, we went to was it Speed Vegas? Oh. And I'm like cocky. I was like, you guys choose whatever cars you want. Whatever's left, I'll take that car. And I'll beat all your lap times. Yeah. And then, of course, everyone goes for the Lamborghini, the Ferrari. There was an NSX. Someone chose like, this is how much people hate Porsches. Okay, they chose an NSX and an Audi R8 over the GT3 RS. Okay, it was a 991.1 orange GT3 RS. That was the only car that was left. I'm like, okay, I'll go in this. Because you look at the stats, and like that's what every car guy does. Because at Speed Vegas, they have the car, they have the stats. 0 to 60 horsepower, or this and that, and you look at the Porsche, it's 500, and everything else is like 600, 700, 800 horsepower. So like obviously people are going to go for those. So I got in the GT3. That was my first time GT3 RS. My first time driving a Porsche, bro. I like, of course, like didn't matter what car I was in, I was going to be faster than all those guys. But when I drove that car, I was like, what is this? Then I understood Porsche, like on the track. Can't fuck with it. Then I immediately bought my 991.2 GT3 RS. And
next day he went.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah. I went to the dealer. I was like, I need one. Love that car. And then that's when I fell in love with Porsche. And then through the years, now I don't like Lamborghini at all. Like, I understand the Revolta and all that, but like, it's not for me. It's too loud. Like, I'm older. Like, I'm not into that anymore. But now I'm getting into classic Porsches. So hence the 70s and the 80s and 90s cars that I have. Yeah, and I would never think I'd be here. And now I like saddle interior. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, it has to be red with red and black interior. Like, who wants brown interior? That's so like cheesy, right? And like I used to hate red on tan Ferraris. I was like, who would ever do that? But now, like, I don't know. I think it's like maturing and like getting a little taste.
I get you 100%.
Yeah.
You're here.
But you do have a fucking Lamborghini, so you can't talk.
That's what I'm saying. You started here, you've all the way worked yourself to here now.
Yeah.
I'm here still.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want my rant on the bullshit.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to sit here and try to fight the argument that it's a track weapon.
Yeah.
But that's what the car is built for.
Okay.
That's why it has the horsepower it has. That's why it's built the way it is, because it's built for that purpose. A lot of those cars that have exceeding amount of horsepower can't be utilized properly on the track. Okay. They build their car with that in mind. The way that I look at it, there's 2 reasons. Okay. He's touched on the first fact. It's the wow factor.
Yeah.
Car has a little bit of looks to it. The new ones do, like this one, has fucking a lot of looks to it. But at the same time, I like sound. I think that really is the driving experience of a car is sound. They lack that.
Really?
Unless you unlock them, they lack it.
Okay. That's every car.
It is every car. But I think there's also gauges to it. Because when you unlock this, it gets to where it should be. But then you can unlock my car, and my car is fucking on a whole nother level.
For sure.
There's that aspect to it. What I don't like is what I try to preach is everyone's idea of what a Porsche is, comparative to all the other supercar brands.
Yeah.
They act like these things are this fucking perfect, curated masterpiece of a car, which in some aspects they are. But at the same time, when you compare it to cars like that I have, when you grow up and how we touched by it, when you're trying to think about, all right, I'm going to get my first fucking car that's in 200,000, 300,000, I don't think that I'm going to get some little fucking quiet 500 horsepower, tight little
I agree.
shitbox.
Yeah.
I want a loud, obnoxious shitbox. But everybody thinks of Porsche as this moniker of success because the 911 has so many variants. Like, for example, the dentist car, the basic doctor's car, the Jewish attorney's car. Like, it's all the same thing. So when somebody equates, okay, what is a very simple factor of success? Oh, I got a Porsche. Because they make so many variants, so many price points that it's everyone who doesn't know about cars, they go and buy a Porsche. And that's it.
Okay.
That's what I don't like about it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I don't like the cars are fucking great, and I know what their purpose is. Like if I was going to the track, I would be stupid to take my Aventador and act like I'm gonna go fucking smoke this shit.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the car world and what I look for in my current stage of life, these things just don't do it for me.
With that said, have you been on the track with a Porsche?
I have not.
Okay. So this Friday, 5 days from now, come to the track. We'll line them up. I will give you a 10-second head start in your Aventador. Do a fucking launch control, whatever you want. On the start-finish line, obviously your car is going to accelerate faster. Okay. So you'll probably have, like, by turn 1, you'll have, like, a 12-second head start, right? Before the lap is done, I will pass you, and I'll wave. I'll turn my hazards on, too, of him. I'll blow you a little kiss. And then I'll let you drive the car.
See,
then you'll understand.
This is my problem.
Yeah.
But then you'll get in the Aventador. You'll give him a head start in this, and you'll still pass him.
It's probably true. That's probably for sure true. I have a competitive problem. I'm competitive.
Yeah.
So I will fucking do that.
Okay. Okay, so maybe you'll end up selling your Aventador, and instead of buying the A12 like you were talking about, you'll go buy the GT3 RS. I've never driven one, by the way, the new one. I've heard like some stories about that car that it's almost as good as a cup car. Like if you put slicks on it, it's as good as a cup car.
That's what they say. That the car is like so fucking dialed in that you really don't even have to do anything to it.
Yeah.
You said, tires, let's go.
Yeah, I've purposely not driven that car because I know if I do, I'm going to get rid of this.
Yeah,
and then
you're
the
gonna
2 years of waiting for this white body kit, like just goes out the window.
Is it that much different than this, though?
Supposedly.
Just because it's got that much more aero?
More
Is it
aero.
just an aero change?
No, it's wider. It's got a wider track. More, but although I do have the Dundon kit on this, so like my aero is probably on point.
Yeah.
I just don't have the DRS. But yeah, just the way the suspension's, I'm assuming the way suspension's set up and like how like, on the knobs, like you could tweak everything.
Yeah.
You could literally lock the diff to have it full drift mode. You can open it up to get a little more grip.
That's pretty ridiculous.
That is cool, right?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about it.
Okay.
I did. Because I think part of it would be funny if I was to come out with a fucking GT3 RS.
It'd be hilarious.
You're like, what the fuck are you doing talking all this shit? And I'm like, all right, let's see what all the hype is about.
Yeah. Now they're okay. I would not pay an extra $200,000 or $150,000 over a sticker like they were all going for. I think that's stupid. Like, and whoever did, they lost money because now they're finally, I think, trading at sticker.
You're stupid to pay overbid for any fucking thing. Because as soon as any kind of market correction, you're eating that loss.
Correct.
Instantaneously.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why everything you've seen about it is like, oh, these fucking guys hate Porsche. It's not exactly that. It's the GT-RS specifically with the price tag. Because back in the day, people were paying $500 for it and bragging about it.
Not
like,
worth
you're
it.
retarded. It's
It's always been a comparative game. But I will always hate on the base Carrera.
Basically, yeah.
Because $150,000 for that car is just, it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. No, it doesn't. I'll admit. Yeah. Did you know the 750S? Like, so as great as the GT3 RS is, right, and it's a phenomenal car, the 750S is faster on the track than the GT3 RS.
I didn't
like
know
a
that.
stock 750S, like, and it's not even
Which track?
The LT. There was a track in England. It was like a minute something track. It was a whole second faster. I think any track it'll be fast. Bro, that car, like McLarens are cheat codes. Like,
Bro, I love McLaren. That was probably my brand. If I had to pick, if I had to nail one down, is I like
McLaren?
McLarens.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a guy in our comments section that's going to really like hearing you say this.
McLarens?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are so good. Even like Lexus wants a piece of them. Yeah.
Bro, but the 750.
Specifically.
Yeah, no, the McLarens are amazing cars, and I will get another one. I am actually looking for a Senna. If I find a nice spec, the one spec I do want is the Marlboro livery.
Okay.
Manny Hushman's old car.
Yeah.
That is such a nice spec.
What about the all green carbon?
No. Yeah, it's chrome wheels. Well, you can change the wheels, and the white interior just throws me off a little. And it's not a nice green color.
It's nice, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's cool.
And it's got Michael Fox's name on it somewhere.
Yeah. I was looking at that car recently traded hands. and I had an option to buy it, but I chose not to, and it was like too soon after the Senna crash. Like I didn't want to think about a Senna. I think right now the only one I would go for is the marble livery one.
What about Chamba's?
Huh?
Chamba's, that matte black one. Fucking all.
Whose?
Sith Lord Chamba.
All matte black.
Yeah.
I don't like matte black. Do you?
Certain
Depends on the
cars.
car.
Yeah, I like colors. I'm wearing black.
I
Does
like
it make
colors
sense?
too.
But
Well, you're Armenian, so
Yeah, I know.
I understand.
yeah.
As soon as
I
you
do
walked in, I
insurance
was
fraud.
like, on point. I was like, my man's on point.
Yeah, I'm gonna choose Skittle colors usually for my cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
you're
you are
all
kind
in
of a
on the
Skittles
you're
fan.
all in on the classic Jaguar spec.
I got sold on the green. Yeah.
Random question.
Yes.
But I need to ask this before, and my autistic mind, I will forget. Where can I get your plate?
I'll connect you.
All right. That's all.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the guy makes my signs.
Yes.
My business signs.
All right, bet. Sorry.
Yeah, they're actually here in Glendale.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Everything's here.
It's his company.
Yeah, no.
Or is his cousins?
yeah, probably.
I
Yeah,
need
we're like Armenians are fucking cockroaches. We're all related
Bro,
to
are
one
you
another.
fucking kidding me? 100%, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know when I moved here. I didn't know exactly what I was getting involved with.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, I started meeting people, and everyone was like, "You're Armenian," and I'm like, "What do you mean I'm Armenian?"
You kind of look Armenian.
And then all of a sudden, they were like, "You kind of look Armenian.
Yeah.
You have a body shop, and you're bald." And I was like, "Okay."
And
And
you
you
have
live in
a beard.
Glendale, and I was like, "All right, I might be fucking Armenian."
And you're wearing gold and a
That's what I'm
Rolex.
saying, Robert.
If it
You're Armenian.
walks like a duck and talks like a
It's like
duck,
it's a fucking dog.
Yeah.
you got Joe Murphy.
You don't have enough hair on your legs though. Other than that, you're an Armenian.
Yeah, you need darker hair.
I know. I need darker hair.
So,
bro.
what made you choose, or what made you get the Valhalla?
Yeah, good question. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's a gorgeous car.
Yeah,
it looks pretty sick.
I wanted a hypercar that I could spec. Obviously in like the world of hypercars, there's so many options, right?
Yeah, these days it's crazy.
Yeah,
It was just crazy
the
to even think.
Paganis and Koenigsegg's and this and that. But I wanted to spec a hypercar, like start to finish. I really wanted a AMG Project One. That'd be cool. I would love that.
nasty.
I can't get one.
Right.
I haven't like built my report yet.
Right.
Although I might be racing for Mercedes AMG ELMS. So if I do,
That would be
then
Pretty good
I
report
might
there.
have like an in over there.
Yeah, you got a better chance.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, the Valhalla just I don't know what happened. It was like super cheap. They wanted a $200,000 deposit. I placed a deposit on the Valhalla the same week that I bought the Senna. It's been a year, and I wasn't sure if they were going to build the car because it's been like 5 years.
right.
And a lot of people took their deposits back. But now they built it. I'm flying out April 11th to the factory.
Gonna be
Gonna
fucking
spec it out. I'm excited for that.
How widespread are their options that they're going to let you spec out? Do you know?
They sent me a book. I don't know. We'll see. There's not too many options on the book. They have a full carbon fiber exposed kit, like the entire car's carbon fiber, and another one is just like the Senna, where it's like the roof and back, like in the middle, and the sides. So I think I'm gonna do that one, because I don't want it to be all carbon. I want like some color contrast.
Right.
But yeah, it's 1,000 horsepower hypercar. It's I don't know. It's like Aston Martin's. I love the direction Aston Martin's going.
They're fucking doing. They're
doing it right.
They're the one
right.
brand I think is going in the best direction possible.
Correct.
They are the
Yeah.
one brand that's
Yeah,
doing it.
they're
Right.
losing money, but they're going in the right
They're going
direction.
in the right
Yeah.
direction.
They win the most improved award.
Yeah. The Supercar
100%.
Connection Most
Yes.
Improved
Yeah.
Award. They
Like
won.
Lam-
Supercar
Lamborghini-
Connection most improved award goes to Aston Martin.
Aston Martin. Shout out
Well done.
Lawrence. Yeah. Shout out Stroll.
Second is Jaguar. but
Yeah. Yeah, they had a billionaire come in and he's like, I wouldn't buy these cars. They suck.
Yeah.
And I'm the target audience.
Who do you think is
Make 'em better.
losing the battle?
Fucking Ferrari. What are you talking? They're in
Really?
they're in last place, bro.
Why? No, man.
Ferrari. Talking about in the direction battle.
F80.
F80.
The 12 cylinder.
F80 is a Lego
whatever.
car brought to life. They're building too many of them. The 12 cylinder literally looks like dog shit brought to life.
Really?
Yes, bro.
Oh.
You can't
Bro,
tell me you
you
like
understand-
the design language that they're going. You like?
Top Gear, which obviously none of this really matters, but Top Gear made a comparison between the 12 cylindry and the Aston Martin Vanquish.
Yeah. Which one they choose? The Aston?
The Aston. He was like, for the first time ever, I'm saying the Aston Martin is
Wow.
better than the Ferrari.
Okay. Top Gear's also British, so like.
Yeah,
Just with a grain of salt.
But he
I
did
get
say
that
for the
too.
first time ever.
Yeah.
296s are fucking falling left and right. You can get those cars for fucking
Price, yeah, but have you driven a 296 on the track?
No.
Okay.
I want you to understand
Yeah.
when it comes to on the track,
Yeah.
the answer is fucking going to be no most of the
It's
time.
always Ferrari.
Really?
Yeah. 296 is so much faster than GT3Rs just because of the horsepower difference, right? Like a GT, I love Porsche the way they handle, but they are underpowered. Okay, it needs to be like 600, 650 horsepower. If you get it there, then it's the ultimate car. But the 296, brother, it fucking scared me. I was like,
it's a lot of car. People joke about like, okay, 818. No, but that's a lot of fucking car. SF90, that's a lot of fucking car.
Yeah, that's another car that scared me. I was actually watching a video that I filmed with SF90 the first time. Bro, I was like, ah! I was like actually screaming. Like,
it's a lot
I was,
of car, bro.
Yeah, I was like, my goat was in my stomach.
The 296 is dialed in, huh?
Yeah, it's a great car, but no aero.
So they're special. The 296 Lite. It's gonna be pretty sick, huh?
They're coming out with that.
But
I don't. Yeah, they're gonna come out the race car version of it, like the track version.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Supposedly they discontinued the SF90 already too.
They did.
Yeah.
So I heard there's 6 new Ferrari models coming out.
Supposedly.
Yeah, SF90 replacement, Roma replacement, the track version of the 296, and some other.
God knows.
They're making too many cars. I think that's one of the problems.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Their design language is what kills me.
I think the one that like really lost the battle is Lamborghini.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why
Really?
Is that?
I think they lost the battle with the design because I don't like the design of either car.
I love the design of the Revuelto.
Really?
Yeah, it's just to me they're too big. Lamborghini for what it is, they're in the right direction. So I do like that. Like it's not track focused. It's just like the boss car, right? I guess I've just like really steered away from that. Like I like track focused cars, and Lamborghini doesn't have a track focused car.
Right.
Except for like the Super Trofeo, which is a cool car. I love mine. Even on racing, right? Their hypercar was the fucking like dog shit car. Is the worst car they ever made. So like, that's what I compare. I
understand.
But that's like I'm having racing influence too much into my opinion of these cars, right?
We don't have enough racing in our opinion.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the contrast.
That's why I love Aston Martin because of the direction they're going. That's why I love Porsche, and Ferrari too, right? Lamborghini's lacking that thing, but it's Lamborghini's DNA. This is who they are. So they've stuck true to who they are, except for the Urs. But like they needed to make money to be able to make these cars.
Yes.
So
they had to sell to the housewife, which is what they eventually has to do.
That's a cool car. I love those cars.
M2.
They're fun.
Yeah, they're such
fun
like
cars.
little drift missiles.
Lambo's doing what they need to do for the market today.
Yeah, they are.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
They're making the boss car
aside from racing
easier to drive and live with.
Yeah, but the fucking Revuelto, the way it sounds, the way it looks, incredible car. I'll never own one, but
imagine what like the Revuelto SV is gonna look like. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, if they could shed like 500 pounds, that'll be like a ridiculous car.
I like the however you want to pronounce it, the Temerario. That I think where Lamborghini's winning and like and specifically that car is like I don't know if you want to call it the motor battle or whatever, but having that V8 like that and rev to fucking 10,000 RPMs.
It's a twin turbo though, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Is it?
Twin turbo, flat
plane.
plane
Yeah. See,
crank.
it's not gonna sound good.
Right, but the car will be unlocked, and then it will be fucking sound fantastic.
Yeah, but think about that. Like, okay, it has a 10,000 RPM. Like, it's supposed to sound good, but it's not gonna. You've heard it rev?
No, I haven't.
There's a clip on YouTube where it revs.
Oh, from everything
Monterey?
from factory now is just gonna sound trash.
It's gonna sound like
because
that.
there's so much.
It's like
There's
I was
so
like,
much
really, this is
muffle on the cars
10,000
now.
RPM. That's not like that. Doesn't sound like. And then you have the Valkyrie, Aston Martin Valkyrie. It's like, yeah. I saw that car, the hypercar version of it, like the race version at Bahrain. Fucking incredible car.
Nasty. Huh?
Yeah,
Well, those are two whole different worlds there.
yeah.
The Temerario and the Valkyrie.
And like a hypercar.
Yeah,
especially like you're talking about like the
a track
AMR
car.
one on the track. Come
Yeah.
on.
It's hard to compare the two.
I
But
will say the launch color that they did the Temerario in, that matte blue,
not the move.
Looks so
not
bad.
the fucking move, dude.
the car looks like it's
disgusting.
made out of
It is
plastic. We just went and
disgusting.
saw it like in person. and
Oh, you did?
Yeah. it's
Where?
disgusting. Lamborghini
Lambo
Newport.
Newport.
Is it
Beach.
for sale?
No,
No.
it's just the show car.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
okay, it might be.
No, it's not for sale.
Like,
We don't know that answer.
When do the customers get the cars?
Not soon.
That is a press car.
That one specifically.
It is not for sale.
You're talking about that car being for sale, or like in general? They're already
In
taking
general, the
allocation?
Tamara, whatever.
know.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
it's
You
called.
can definitely put.
You can definitely put a
make an
deposit,
order.
get something, but I don't think
I
people are expecting
might
them quite
buy
yet.
one.
You should.
Because my first car was a Gallardo, so it'd be
That's
like
funny.
going back in time, like actually doing the full circle now.
Do it.
Yeah, but I don't think I would spend $750,000 for a Revuelta when
those cars will be under
They're
$5.
gonna come down.
Yeah, and then the problem is when you buy that, it's like buying a 2012 Aventador, right? Like when they first came out, and then you compare that to like the SV or the SVJ. It's like it's a shit, or even
Bro,
the S.
DDE's fucking Revuelto is on its second motor and
Really?
I believe second transmission.
No.
Yep.
Second motor?
Yep.
I thought it was like the Aventador motor.
I'm telling you what I know. That car has been in fucking nothing but the dealership.
I don't know anything about this.
Nothing
Really?
but the dealership.
Okay.
They've
Wow.
had that many problems with the car. Another buddy of mine has had his, and he's literally like, he's driven it. He's had it for maybe 3 or 4 months now, and he's driven it like 3 days.
Okay.
That's it. It's been back and forth, just problems.
Interesting.
So I know they're going through a crazy amount of fucking issues. It might even take longer than people normally expect for the car to fix its bugs.
Okay.
Like 2 years out, maybe the car will be dialed in. It's fucked.
Okay.
Really fucked.
All right. Just can't talk shit about McLarens anymore then.
Bro, that's what I'm saying,
It's funny
bro.
that the McLaren's a reliable car now.
Bro, well, I think McLaren is somewhat kind of working its way in the right direction. I think they have work to do, but they're starting to kind of go. I think the 750S is fucking dialed in.
750S Dell and the W1. I can't wait to see that.
I can't wait to see that. Either. That's my favorite hyper that's coming. Is that one?
You know, I was so I went to Bahrain. I tested FI8 WEC. I wanted to drive the McLaren, like sign with McLaren, because I thought it'd be funny, like crashes the Senna and then races for McLaren on the world stage. But the driver that they signed just brought way too much money.
I get it.
Yeah, so yeah,
Question
Crazy
for
how
you.
that works out. Huh?
didn't work out.
How political is the racing game?
Very. Oh, okay. This is okay.
Yeah, baby, come on.
Okay, so I have like one of my good friends, Gustavo Menezes, factory Peugeot driver, hypercar driver. I'll send you a picture. You might want to toss it up, but like, there's a picture of him with Max Verstappen and Esteban Ocon. They're racing F3. So he did F3 season with them, and then Max immediately went to F1 because of his dad's connection. There's a lot of drivers in F1, that are talented. Okay, there's a lot of drivers in F1 that should not be there. And my friend Gustavo is faster than half the grid. Okay, but he doesn't have
The sponsor backing.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Okay, but there's like a certain team that he was testing for, and the owner of the team said, I will not have, he's Brazilian, but he races underneath the American flag. And he said, I will not have an American driver race in my car. Okay. And then he also needed money to like go to other teams. If he had the money, he's faster than Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Alex Albon, Valtteri, like you name it.
Yeah.
Like who are the other guys? I mean, obviously Logan Sargent. Like
Lando Norris.
oh, wait, Lando Norris, great driver. Let's get into this. Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got Lando, you got Max, you got Lewis.
Okay. Lando, super talented. Like, these guys are like just fucking rock stars. They're the best of the best, right? But Lando, he comes from billionaire parents. People don't talk about this, okay?
Most of them do, no?
Huh?
Yeah. Keep going.
Most do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, perfect example. To be fast as a race car driver, so like back in 2017, when I always went to the track when I was 18, but like it was never anything like I'd go once in a while. It wasn't like where I'd go every week and like, actually like practice. Shout out Alex Choi.
Hell yeah.
2017 we started, like when I started my social media and this and that. I went to the track with him and I said, cool car, the BMW M3 over there. He was driving his M3. I was in my FF, and then Emilia was in her drift car. We're drifting around the track. Bro, Alex, he was like 17, 18 years old at the time. I'm 10 years older than him. The way he was connecting these turns, I was like, bro, like, I give him props. I'm like, you're really good. Granted, the M2 is like cheat code.
Right.
Such a cool car. But still, at his age, to be able to drift the way he was, I was so impressed, right? And then the next year, my friend bought me this like birthday thing. It was a ticket to rally school. I went to rally school in Austin, Texas with Dave, and I fell in love with rally racing. So I bought a rally car and then decided to do a season of rally racing, just for fun. But
what a side quest.
Yeah, I finished second in championship. It was like this amateur thing, and then after that, I got connected with Alex Permot. Okay, he is Lewis Hamilton's former teammate in F2 and GP2 back then. He's won numerous championships around the world. He even made it to Supercar F1. He's like a GOAT, right, in the racing community. So he started training me. And then after that, I did 2 seasons of a Audi R8 GT4, and then Audi RS3 TCR, and then KTM Crossbow this past season. I won that championship, but I've been getting training, right? And I had Alex join me for one of the races. He was the third driver. It was me, Alex, and this other guy named Jonathan. Johnson's been racing like in go-karts like he's 18 years old. Okay. I was the fastest driver, and then it was Jonathan, and then it was Choi. I was like 3 seconds faster than Choi, but that goes like to progression where I would say Alex like 6 years ago was a better driver than me. But on track, I've like 3 seconds is a big deal.
Yeah.
Now, if Alex obviously goes to get trained, he'll like climb the ladder. And then I have this other friend, Blake. I'm just giving examples right now, right? I have this friend, Blake. We went go-karting, and he was in a faster go-kart. He was in 125cc. I was in 100cc. He had 4-wheel brakes. I had rear-wheel brakes. I was 2 seconds a lap faster than him. But Blake got hundreds of millions of dollars, okay? And he's committed to racing the last 3 years, okay? But Blake has like FU money. So here's how you get fast in racing, okay? And this goes back to Lando Norris. Blake can go to the racetrack every single weekend. He can crash a car, $500,000 car. He can push the car to the limit, figure out what the limit is, right? And then once you crash, like if he crashes it because he exceeded the limit, it's okay. He can write it off. Like you and me, if I crash a $500,000 car, it's going to suck. Right. I'm not going to ever take it to that limit because I'm always thinking, I don't want to crash this car. Right. But if he crashes it, he can write it off, and then he could go write it off another one and write off another one and until he figures out where the limit is. Whereas like you and I, we're slowly getting to the limit, right? He can just start over there. And it's a race car. You're not going to like hurt yourself if you crash because it's got full race cage and harness and all that. So going back to like Lando Norris, when you come from wealth, it's so easy to get good at racing because racing is one of those sports where you don't need to be genetically like talented or gifted. It's not like basketball where you got to be 6'7", and you know if you don't have like quick reflex muscles, like you're not going to be good. As long as you have a good vision and seat time, then you get good, right? So I got seat time. That's why I became faster than Alex. Blake, in the last 3 years, he's gotten more seat time than me. So even though I was 2 seconds a lap faster than him on the go-karts, he is a better driver than I am today. And he's racing in GT3s. He spends like $3 million every single year on different series. He won Porsche Cup and So when it comes to racing, if you have the money, you can become quick. All you need is seat time. And unfortunately, there are some drivers with politics, you know, because of like Sergio Perez. Mexico wants him there, and like Telmex sponsors him, pays for his seat. He's a good driver, don't get me wrong, so much better than I am. But there are so many drivers that deserve the seat more, but they don't have the money, right? And I think F1 is slightly doing a little change because there's 4 new rookies this year. Although they're talking about Sebastian Vettel coming back. I would love to see Vettel back, but I think the new rookies deserve a seat. But talking to Gustavo, I feel for him because he could have been that guy. Like he could have been that F1 driver if he just had the money behind it.
I just don't think enough people realize like the face value of shit going on. Like they see F1, they see what it is, and then that's it. But they don't realize how many things are happening behind the scenes versus how things actually work, how people get to where they are, how much money's involved, how much politics is involved. Just the way the world actually operates.
Yeah.
Everyone just sees the face value of it. So someone like yourself that's involved at the ground level, I wanted to hear it firsthand.
Yeah. So
we got Nick. What was his name? The Russian guy, Nikita Mazepin.
Yeah.
Yes. You have someone like that who was crashing every other week. And then, but he's got all the Russian sponsors. But then all the stuff happens
He's got
with
his
Russia.
dad. Yeah, he's got his dad.
Yeah, and then he gets kicked out.
Yeah.
Because they're like, no, no more Russian drivers in the FIA or whatever for now. But
Yeah. So I went to, this is another one. I went to Bahrain. I flew out. So I tested with Gustavo and Alex. At 2024, I took time off and I just did a lot of sim racing. Okay. A ton. And went to the track and I was a 10th off of Alex's pace. 10th of a second off of Alex's pace. And I hadn't like gone to the track with him for like a year. And he was like blown away. He's like, how'd you catch up? Like, but it was also because Gustavo was there and I'm like very competitive with him. So like they were like on the S's at Button Willow, I just went flat. Normally I do like a slight little lift on the last left, but I stayed flat. But I was a 10th of a second off. And then my plan was I won the Western, then I was going to do North America, and then I was going to go to Europe, right? And then the world. Like my dream has always been to race Le Mans, okay? But I've always had this like self-imposter syndrome, okay? Imposter syndrome. I'm like, dude, you're some fucking Armenian kid from Glenville, California. What the fuck are you doing trying to race against these Italians and French guys that have been racing since they were like 5 years old? So
that's exactly the fucking person that should be up against these motherfuckers. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't know about an Armenian guy who's a little overweight but yeah. So I got a bike, by the way. I'm like shedding. I have to lose 25 pounds. Every 20 pounds in the car, so every 10 kilos is almost 0.2 of a second. And these guys are 155 pounds. I was 210. I brought myself down to 200. I still have like another 15 or 20 to go. If I get down to 180, I'll be happy.
How much do these guys weigh?
155.
Bro, I can fit him in my fucking pocket, bro.
Does George Russell weigh 155?
No, probably like 170.
Oh,
he's tall.
Oh, he's tall.
Yeah,
he's like 6'4".
He's a little thick boy. Oh.
Yeah, but have you seen some of these guys?
They're tiny.
Yeah, I was at Delilah and I saw Hamilton. Bro, he's like, I was like, really?
But they're like jockeys.
Yeah, they look so big on TV, but like they are fucking tiny.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah. So anyway, they told me, dude, you're ready to go like to Europe. I was like, I'm not. They're like, just trust me. Like based on this, you could. So Gustavo set it up. He called a few teams. He's like, hey, I've got this rookie driver from America. We were actually talking to McLaren, which was like when I got excited about it because I was like, what a good story that would be. But then the McLaren, so there are 3 type of drivers. There's a platinum gold, a silver, and a bronze, right, in an endurance race. I'm bronze rated with my FIA license because I've never raced with FIA, so I'm starting fresh. So we flew out there. McLaren already signed a good bronze driver, but he came with $3.5 million, and like before the season, he paid. He got the sponsors, he got the seat. So then there was the Lamborghini seat was available, so that's who I tested with. And I fucking crushed. Okay, I did like really well. It was my first time in a GT3 car, my first time on these soft Michelins, my first time in Bahrain, right? You're learning a new track. Like I just flew out there. The guy that won Le Mans in 2024, who's done an entire season of GT3, an entire season on these tires, and the guy just finished doing practice on Thursday at Bahrain, practice on Friday, qualifying on Saturday, and an 8-hour race on Sunday. So the guy just like done a lot of hours in Bahrain. Monday was practice session for the following year. Bahrain's the last race of the season. So this guy that's done an entire season and won Le Mans, him and I were testing in sister cars. I'm still learning the track, still learning the car. I was 1.3 seconds off his pace. Now, the engineers obviously like looked at the data, and it's hard to explain, but Bahrain is like sandpaper. So you have 2 laps, okay, on the tires to put a good time. After that, the tires just fall off. But after my first session, I was off. I'm just like learning the track, the layout. And then my second session was a huge progression. So my third session would have been a really big progression. But even on my second session, like the later laps, even though the tires were already gone, my brake trace, my line and all that, like there's like fucking 80 engineers for Lamborghini. Right. They did my theoretical time, and I would have been like right within the guy that won Le Mans, and he's just done a whole season. So the category they put me in is a super bronze, okay? Which is why I got so many offers. I got an offer from Porsche, Lamborghini, which turned into Mercedes-AMG, and Aston Martin, and 2 prototype teams. Now the problem with WEC, it's a $3 million budget, okay? ELMS, which shares some tracks. There's ELMS plus Le Mans. So whoever won ELMS the previous year gets an automatic entry into Le Mans. They get to put their car with the WEC cars. And then when I was testing at WEC, it's like drivers like Mick Schumacher's there, Valentino Rossi's there, Arthur Leclerc, Charles Leclerc's brother, was testing for Ferrari. It was like, you know, the big guys. Like that's the stage I was on, and I was on pace with those guys. But I needed to come up with $3 million to do WEC, and then ELMS was 1.3 plus 700,000 to do Le Mans. Le Mans is like, you have no idea how expensive Le Mans is.
I can only fucking imagine, bro.
Think about this, okay? Each team, there's like personnel of 90 people, okay? And Le Mans, you're there for 10 days. So imagine 90 rooms
logistically
for 10 days.
It's crazy.
Like just that hotel bill, right? And then you go through like 40 sets of tires, $5,000 a piece, like $200,000 in just tires. It's a big fucking expense. That's why it's $700,000. So the bronze driver has to come out with the majority of the budget. Okay. The silver driver, so like bronze and WEC has to come out with $3 million. The silver driver has to come out with $500K, and then the platinum or gold, they either get paid or they get a free seat. And it's crazy. Like even on WEC, which is one step below F1, like Formula One is like the most known, but Formula One is open kart racing, right? And then WEC is supercars and prototypes and hypercars. Okay. F1 drivers, whenever they retire, this is where they go. Okay. They go to WEC. Even those drivers don't get paid. Like, and if they do get paid, like some of them are like hardly getting paid. There's maybe like 10 drivers total on the grid that are getting paid in WEC. The rest, like you've got to get sponsor money to get paid. So
it's wild.
It's a lot of burn rate. It just sounds like a lot of just burn. Mm-hmm.
So the guy they signed, the team signed for WEC, I'm faster than him, but he came up with the money before I did.
I understand.
So now I have an option of ELMS, but you know the reason I was late today is because I was touring a house. So I'm like, do I spend $2 million for a hobby, or do I spend $2 million towards a house I want to buy? So like that's my dilemma. And if I had hundreds of millions of dollars, like when I sell my company, I can be in the position where I can go do these things. So that's where like the politics and the money comes behind racing. Like if I had the money, I'd be racing on the world stage. If you had the money, in 3 years you could be racing on the world stage. Like you literally could, and anyone could, because racing is like, it's just seat time.
Yeah,
being like smooth.
Yeah, training, seat time.
That's all it is. Like again, it's not like genetics. You know, it's not like you have to be like genetically talented to be a soccer player, a basketball player, or X, Y, and Z.
Some people surely are still predisposed to be.
As long as you have like a loose nut in your head where like you don't have a fear factor, then you can be a good race car. Obviously, if you're like timid and scared, like you're not gonna go and like. And then there's strategy involved, like racecraft, and that's what separates a good driver from like outright pace. Like anyone could be fast on one lap, but to strategically place your car where you need to, racecraft, that's a good driver versus like an average driver.
How much does
you go first? No.
How much does the sim racing translate to that?
So before I went to Bahrain, I did some sim racing, Bahrain, just to learn the track. I've always been told sim racing is like 99% accurate because they go to the tracks and they'll like get their lasers out like all around the track. Like they'll get like every little crevice of the track. So it's like, in theory, it's 99%. Perfect.
And what is this, Gran Turismo?
No, iRacing or R Factor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
It's a fair question.
Yeah, not Gran Turismo.
Yeah, are we talking about Gran Turismo or Forza or there's something special?
The geometry of the car is perfect in iRacing and R Factor. Not so much in like Gran Turismo, like you're still learning a lot. You're learning trail braking and all. Like you're learning technique and lines in sim. So when I went to Bahrain, I was like pretty confident. I was like, I've got it. But dude, when you go there, when you're looking at a TV screen like that's this, and then when you go there, like this is what you see. Yeah. You don't realize how fucking big the track is, right? And it was my first time on a FIA rated track. It's like so different than Willow Springs, Bunwell, and like these local tracks that we have over here.
A lot of visual differences too.
Yeah, but it's such a cool thing. It was like the best experience in my life. But like, so whether I race this year or next year, when I actually have like disposable money where I could just throw away, just going there and getting like the little check like of approval, you're good enough. To me, that was a validation I needed, and it got rid of my I don't know, it gave me a lot of confidence because like I'm like I started racing in my 30s, you know what I mean? Like I shouldn't be here,
right?
But yeah, it's just like if you dedicate yourself and you get the money, you can get there, or get sponsors.
The money, the sponsors.
Yeah,
any sponsors out there?
Yeah, right.
Sponsor Edmond here.
Boy, Ed over here.
What is this? Signature Select Refreshy.
What I was going to ask you.
The best water I've ever had. Give me $3 million.
Make it 3.5.
Yeah. So that's racing in a nutshell. But it's a cool world, bro. Like when you go, it's a big community, but it's actually like very small.
What I was going to ask you is when was like, I'm trying to word this question properly. When are you the most happy?
When I'm on the track.
Then your dollar amount expenditure question is a no-brainer.
If you have the money. I mean, look, we're talking like, and it's not just $3 million. It's the travel, right?
Everything.
You've got to fly out there 8 times, stay there for 2 weeks, hotels.
Why do you work?
Huh?
Why do you work?
Yeah, I get where you're going. Right. But it's, so I have this like real estate business too. I have a few businesses. That $3 million I can use this year to double, and then next year it's like free money, right?
That's fair.
I'll get there. Okay, I'll get there. It's just like where I'm at in my life. Like I have my family I take care of. I have myself. But again, I could also sell the fucking CGT and go race, right? But it's like, do I want to, like, is 1 year of racing today, like this year, worth a CGT to me? Or do I just wait a year and do it next year where, like, riding off?
You'd be a better driver.
Yeah, exactly.
I 100%
I'll be,
understand you. If you want the gay counter, we have no guarantee that'll come. And your opportunity is in front of you.
It'll come because I got 5 different offers. If it was just like one team was like willing to give me a seat.
Yeah, he's talking about literally
being
alive.
Dying. Okay,
not like that scale, but like you have no idea what the fuck's gonna happen in your life.
Yeah, dude, I have fucking arthritis on my left foot. I mean, on my knee, and this is like another reason why I'm like okay with taking a year off this year. I tore my. I didn't tear. I stretched my meniscus. This is like been ongoing for 4 years. New Year's of 2020, I went snowboarding with Gustavo, and I'm like fucking trying to like this guy's a fucking rock. Gustavo, I fucking hate you, man. We go on the double black diamond, and like this is my second time snowboarding.
You guys are fucking crazy,
and he's there with like Red Bull snowboarders.
He's not crazy. He really likes chasing highs. Yeah, you were fucking not lying, bro. That's wild. I love it.
I fucking tumbled down, okay, and the binding on my right foot came off. So the snowboard is only attached to my left.
And it's just like
whipping
around.
Like doing this. And I'm like trying to like hold on to the mountain. Like, you know, like, bro, like I was like clawing, but it wasn't slowing down. I skid down like 300 yards. That night, my knee was literally this big. I let it rest. COVID happens, right? 3 months later. Gyms are closed. Fucking Equinox. I blame my knee. I blame my arthritis on Equinox. They had to fucking shut down. Fucking Gavin Newsom over here.
Fucked it all up.
I was busy eating at French
Laundry.
Yeah. So I started running to stay in shape, and I didn't realize I had. Do we wait?
No, you go.
Yeah. Okay. And I went to Kaiser. and they check, they do an MRI. They're like, oh, nothing's torn, everything's good. I'm like, okay, it just needs time to heal. So I started running 3 months later just to stay in shape, but that impact destroyed my knee. So it's been 4 years. We were trying to figure out what's wrong with my knee. I've got another MRI. Like, the pain would not go away, right? And now, like 2 years ago, it was minute arthritis, and now it's moderate to severe arthritis.
Okay.
So I was like, dude, like something is wrong, right? So I went to a specialist, and he held my thigh. Finally, like, this guy knew what he was doing. And then he held my foot, and then he was able to swing the bottom half of my leg to the left. This one's like perfectly stable. So it turns out I don't have a tear. It's not torn, but this side from the accident stretched. So this side is loose, this side is tight. That's why my leg goes that way. So all that impact is like literally going here, and that's what's giving me arthritis. And when I put 200 pounds of brake pressure with my left foot, and it's also at an angle, it like really hurts it.
It cracks, yeah. It's really overload on this side of your fucking knee.
Correct. So now I'm doing stem cells and therapy and
how is that?
rehab.
It's the shit?
I'm starting a clinic.
It's the shit, huh?
It is, bro. Yeah, it took the fucking pain away. Like, my pain went from 100. Like, I don't know if you noticed. Like, I don't go on the elliptical.
Yeah.
I don't go on the treadmill. I couldn't, right? But now I could. Okay, so it took the pain away, but I haven't, like, I've been, like, not limping, but, like, I've been so cautious of this knee that the muscles around it, I haven't been utilizing my knee. So, like, the muscles have, like, deteriorated. So now I need to do rehab and, like, get it back to where it needs to be.
I understand completely.
So it's going to be a 6-month process, which is another reason I'm okay with, like, not racing this year. Let this heal fully before, like, even more trauma, like 200 pounds of pressure. How did we get here? Why are we talking about my knee?
I asked you what made you happy, and I'm trying to convince you to go race right now.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Racing makes me happy. I will. So if I don't do Europe, I'm going to do something in the U.S. just to, like, stay in it. But again, it's not fucking Le Mans. So, yeah. But also, I would like to get more training this year. So when I do go race, I can be on it, like, right away, as opposed to halfway through the season, I'll be, like, with the guys. Does that make sense?
It does.
I'm competitive just like you are. Like, I want to be the best. So even though I got the validation I needed, I still want to improve. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm looking forward to it, bro.
Yeah.
I know it's gonna everything's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like you said, like Bacha said, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch.
It will be fucking fun to watch.
Yeah.
And whatever team that is.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys definitely gotta come out.
I hope it's McLaren, to be honest with you. So.
That would be a story.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm thinking of the ad, the run for the McLaren announcement that you're on the McLaren team. That should be sick as fuck.
You know, okay, so here's how fucking viral that video went. Okay, Richard from McLaren, who's like the team boss, knew about it. He's like, you're like, I was like, nice to meet you.
There's a reason that I'm here.
Yeah, that fucking video was so viral, man. Yeah,
that shit was
all the wrong reasons.
Thanks for putting the Senna on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, he, like, wasn't on the map.
Yeah.
Fucking
The Senna has some. It's got a speckled past with YouTubers, doesn't it?
Yeah, the only one that's been able to keep his is Tim. He still has his, right?
Yeah.
Shmi?
Yeah. As far as I know.
Yeah. It's
only one that hasn't had problems.
Although a tractor, like 18-wheeler, did hit him.
Really?
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it was like the first month of ownership. Like, it was a wheel that, like, scraped against it or something.
Jeez.
So yeah.
He's also got a lot of different cars.
He does.
So,
I don't understand how these guys get so many cars, dude. It's just like,
dude, his garage is crazy.
yeah, like, I have like 7-8 cars, and I'm like, where the fuck do you gotta get a warehouse?
You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a warehouse.
Yeah, I know.
The question is, I don't know what businesses he's wrapped up in, because YouTube money is not paying for a 30-car garage.
I don't know. I think it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
It might.
If you're like fully committed to YouTube,
And you're printing?
yeah,
And potentially.
I think it.
Is he printing? What's his viewership like?
Oh, his viewership is insane, but it's still, like, he has so many cars. He has millions in cars.
But
And a huge warehouse. I know he's got he's got sponsors, and I don't know where it all comes from.
Yeah.
Just YouTube AdSense payouts. There's no way that.
No,
is
YouTube
paying for that.
AdSense doesn't, like, I've lost so much money on YouTube.
Yes.
But
unless you're
sponsors.
unless you're like Mr. Beast type account.
Yeah.
Where you're literally getting 500 million views on videos, it's different. He's guaranteed to get 2 or 3 million.
Okay.
Which is a lot. He makes good money. But is that itself enough to cover everything?
The viewership, no, but I know they get a lot of sponsors.
Yeah.
Which is why he has clean content, and I
Merch
respect
stuff.
that, right?
Yeah.
He's not like a jackass like me. Like I for the life of me, there's no way I could get a sponsor, right? Like,
No.
no.
Tim is.
We're not putting our brand behind this guy, and he's gonna go do fucking donuts with like our decals on his car and crash into fucking another Lexus dealership. Yeah. So yeah, he does it right.
He just seems like the nicest guy who loves cars. And
Actually
makes
is.
videos about it.
Tim he's a genuine guy. I've filmed a couple of videos with him. He's a cool guy. Yeah, I give him respect. Yeah.
We'll be with him on Friday.
Over here? Mm-hmm. He's doing a podcast with you guys?
Allegedly.
No. There's an event that we're going to on Friday that he'll be there. So
you're not going to come to the track with me on Friday?
Well, it's Friday night.
Okay.
Oh.
What time is your track bullshit?
During the day.
I also got to work
What track?
Friday.
Huh?
What track?
Willow Springs.
Willow Springs?
Yeah. I'll get Alex to come too. Gintani.
You got to give me more than a 5-day heads up.
Okay.
Let me know if
There's
Alex
another
comes, let me
one. I'm at the track almost every weekend. So, like, whenever you guys want. There's another one literally 2 weeks later. There's Buttonwell. Buttonwell's got a new track. We could go there. Yeah, whatever you guys.
I've
whenever
never
you
been
want,
on
we
the
could go to
track.
Thermal.
Will you teach me some shit?
Racing?
Yeah.
Go to Circuit Sim.
Where the fuck is that?
In Woodland Hills?
Woodland Hills. Yeah, Lexus dealership right across.
Go fucking,
Oh, that's where you were
Bro,
at.
connect me with Vache. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a $10 off coupon, so I'm there.
Yeah. Go there.
Call Vache. I'm not fucking. We're going in there like with like VIPs.
Yeah.
Collect me with Vache.
Dude,
Let's make
go,
it happen.
go there. During COVID is when I got fast. Because during COVID, there was nothing to do. I bought a sim, and I spent like 10 hours a day for like 6 months.
Just going ham.
Yeah, like that was the 2020 was the year where I really like excelled as a driver. So does it translate? Like, yes, throttle input, brake input, lines, and all that, weight transfer. You learn a lot, and then you also learn to like make the tires last 20 laps as opposed to like just going off full force 3 laps, and then you overheat the tires, and then you're like chasing traction for the next, like 20 laps until you pit. There's a lot you learn from sim racing. So if you want to get fast, go Circuit Sim.
Is that place geared towards? Can I go there and it's going to teach me how to do it? Is it going to put the racing line on the track?
On the screen, yeah. And then you can start on an oval track. You can start with an oval track with a little S.
It's not just like you're competing against everyone in the room. Good luck.
No, it's just you yourself. And then I'm gonna give a little plug to Circuit Sim. They have a tournament every month where it's one car, one track. You go there, you put your best lap time, and then they take the top 10 at the end of the month, and you guys go do like an actual race competing against each other. So there's like a qualifying throughout the month, and then 10 people race at the end of the month. And then the winner gets like cash and other prizes, so it's cool.
And you won that day.
Yeah,
Maybe we can host like a Supercar Connection like circuit racing.
Yeah, that'd be
day
sick.
There. I'm down.
Dude,
Plug me with Vache.
let's do this.
Plug me.
Okay.
Come on, let's do it.
Bring all your influencers.
Let's do it.
Okay, everyone that's been on this pod.
We are the influencers.
Yeah.
I'm bringing myself. My friend.
Come on, honey.
Yeah. Bring whoever you want. Okay, whoever you think is fast. Okay, let's go have a Circuit Sim shootout. Well, we'll do like we'll qualify. We'll do like a 20-minute qualifying session, and then we'll do a 20-30 lap race at the end.
So you're gonna
it's
have to give
10
me.
of us.
You're gonna have to give us a few weeks so I can go in and get some
practice.
some reps.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Otherwise,
I'll make a
show-
list. I'll make a list of everybody.
I would
Okay.
show up
I'll
day
send you
one.
the list. and
Dude, bring whoever you want. I would love to see.
Is Gintani gonna fit in the seat?
They had their like Christmas party over there. Hey, shut the fuck up, man. Look who's talking.
I know.
I got your back,
Yeah, I
Alex.
know he
Don't
listens.
worry.
That's why I hope he
Yeah.
listens. I hope he listens.
Yeah, I would.
You need a call
I
on
am.
Wednesday.
I am gonna get
Yeah.
a call.
I would actually love to see where we all like stack up.
That is a good question. Am I gonna fit in the seat?
I stack up at the
Yeah.
bottom.
I will.
I
You
need
would.
to. I need to
I
get
can't. I can't get into Senna seats.
You can't?
No, I can get in it.
Okay.
It ain't pretty.
So-
and when I get out of it,
Yeah.
it ain't pretty.
My Senna, the guy that had like spec'd, the seats were like super wide.
Okay.
So I know there's a small, medium, large. So maybe you've been in the medium or the small. That's why you don't fit. But there is a large seat, and it was like very loose on me.
It's cooked.
I fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
would.
fit fine.
Like if I
in
pulled up to
everything.
dinner, and I was going to Avra and I'm getting out in the car,
it's nasty.
Nobody would fuck me. I promise you. Like they saw me get out of the car, they'd be like, Jesus.
I don't know, man. With those teeth, all you gotta do is smile, baby.
It's bad, bro. It's bad. It's real fucking bad.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get him into my Elise. Wasn't possible.
You can say it again.
I couldn't even get him into my Elise.
Oh, you have an Elise?
I used to.
Oh, cool.
But
yeah, I mean.
that was chalked.
Yeah, I'm sure if you got in the car's like spots on one side.
Let's not fucking push it.
The car weighs like 1,800 pounds.
He drove my 4C though. Ask him how that was.
Or you have cool cars. I had no idea.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, Alpha. How was that?
I had an Elise. I had a 4C, and now I have a 2014 V8 Vantage.
24. Okay.
He likes.
I like small.
He likes small. He likes road car. He likes driver-oriented cars.
Yeah, but not this. Doesn't make any sense.
Well, to me, I look at this. I'm like, this is a big car.
It is. Yeah.
Like, I'd almost rather drive the GT4 RS because it's smaller.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. What's cool is like I have every generation 911, and then when I put them next to each other, the 74 is like this big compared to this, right? And like you see like throughout the generation how they got bigger and bigger. It's actually a super cool picture.
It's the same with the Toyota RAV4.
Yeah,
it's crazy because you could put them all together and they all look the fucking
I was
same.
like trying to picture a Toyota RAV4.
Next time you see a 90s RAV4, you're gonna see it's tiny. But that's
but I saw his inner workings go for a little
more
bit.
of a joke.
That would actually be really cool though if we did a circuit sim.
Let's do it.
Because it would be cool for the audience just to see like where everyone stacks up, like where they're. Who do you think is the fastest in the automotive? Like,
well, it depends on who we really get out there. But like, obviously, if we get Troy out there, he hasn't been on the podcast, but he's like within the network of friends, stuff like that. So like, we can get Troy out there. You, of course. Austin from Valvetronic thinks he'll give everybody a run for his money. I don't know how well he'll actually do.
He's good at drifting.
Yeah, he went to Thermal the other day, so I know he's gearing up to get. He's getting a little more comfortable in that scene.
Okay.
Think about people that actually spend time on the track. Alex is someone who spends time on the track.
Yeah.
Which Alex?
Gintani.
Gintani.
I don't know
He'll
how
be
fast
up there.
he is.
He'll be up there.
I
think he will.
Yeah. Alex. I love Alex. I would love to see Alex on the track with me because he like. You know Alex. He talks. Yeah, he talks a big game. But I would love to see him on the track.
I think if I get some practice time, I'd be up there.
Okay.
I need practice.
Yeah.
I'm competitive as fuck.
We all need practice.
Yeah, but I'm competitive as a motherfucker. So if I get in there and I really start to dial in and I get pissed off, I will do whatever it takes and I will fucking creep my way up.
Yeah, I'll be up there. It depends on how much time there is. If you're talking about next month, I won't be up there.
You know who's surprisingly fast? Tim.
Really?
Yeah, he's like. I don't want to say I'm faster. I don't know, but like I know he's good. Tim is good.
He's been in the world the car world a long time.
Does my old man count? Because he's technically a podcast.
And then Mr. JWW.
I know about.
Yeah, I know he's good too. He's like done a season of what is it, Caterham racing.
Some bullshit.
Yeah, anytime you've like done a season of like racing, you gain so much.
Billy Johnson might be up there.
Oh, and Jesse, yeah.
Who's Billy Johnson?
They're two they're like race. I guess what you call them? They're more like American style race car drivers.
Oh,
they both race NASCAR.
Yeah, they both.
NASCAR okay, yeah, of course they're gonna be good.
Yeah. Billy Johnson was.
Are they like automotive influencers? Because I've never heard of them. Really?
Yeah, Billy Johnson, one of the guys. Yeah, they're fucking.
Yeah. They both have a big following.
Yeah, different automotive influencers.
Yeah,
they're more NASCAR American cars than anything. But Billy Johnson was one of the development drivers for the Ford GT.
Okay.
That built the car and everything else.
Do they have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
They do.
Jesse does.
Jesse's
a sponsored NASCAR driver for Chevy.
Okay, but is that like cheating though? Because it's like Charles Leclerc also has a YouTube channel, like he's an automotive influencer, and like Lando Norris has one too.
No, like these are guys that were just
normal
guys made content racing, are now sponsored race car drivers.
Oh, okay.
I'll send you the podcast with them, and you can watch them. They're fucking.
That's sick as fuck. Yeah,
Jesse,
bring those guys.
Jesse paved his own way.
I would love to know how I stack up against a NASCAR driver.
Yeah. We filmed Jesse fucking right here,
and he has no formal training. He just started going to track days.
Yep.
Did he ever get coached?
Basically,
I think
I'm sure
through
he got
like through his development and stuff like that, he took like a couple things.
Coaching is like the best thing you could ever do.
I bet it's huge.
Yeah. So it's like perfect example. Like when you get in the car, you take a turn at 100 miles an hour. Like you think that's a threshold, and then you have your coach, like a pro, goes and does it at 110. then like mentally you're like, oh, okay, the car's capable of 110. Like, let me go push to 105 this time, right? And then 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. But if you don't have a coach, you'll always think 100 is the limit, or maybe like 101, 102, right? By the time you get to 110, it takes so long. So when someone proves to you that it's possible, like when you know what the possibility is, then it's easy to get there.
But that's everything.
Of course, yeah, of course, yeah. No, but but when you say like he's self-taught, so if he is self-taught and for him to get to NASCAR by being just self-taught and no coaching, that's fucking impressive. He's got some big balls.
Yeah,
he does have some big balls. But
you checked?
Joe Grab. I'm certified, stamped.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
I hate you.
Like you said, I'm sure he got training once he was.
Every time I see you at the gym, like curling, I'm just gonna like imagine balls in your fucking.
I'm like, come over here and grab
it. Yeah. So what's next for you guys?
Next in what way?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, what's next in life? Like
supercar connection, personal life.
I mean, personal supercar connection. Where do you guys see this going?
Bro, there's so many directions that we want to take the brand and do certain things. We have a couple things in development right now to grow the business side of Supercar Connection. Not so the social media content side. For me, at least, I'm trying to...
Sorry to cut you off. This could be the thing you guys do, where you guys can be Switzerland. You can be the source that brings everyone together. Because the automotive like community is like very divided, but you guys could be like the neutral party that brings everyone together. And we have track events, we have fundraisers, we have like you guys could be that brand, right? And you could possibly build a pretty cool audience that way. Like this would be the channel that people would go to see something. Me as a viewer, I would love to know like where does my favorite like car guy stack up against the other car guy, right? Because like.
I see what you're saying.
Like, anyone could look fast on camera.
Right.
Do 10 takes, and, like,
right.
One of them you'll get right. But, like, to actually, like, imagine being able to come out to a race. Like, we go to one of the tracks. Audience gets to come out, and, like, they get to... we can have, like, our own little fucking F1 race. Like, in, like, normal cars.
Automotive influencers.
Yeah. And then we can all get the same car, like, 10 identical cars. And then they can also bring their car. Like, you know... Like how cool would that be? Like you watch these cars, like my fans, for example, see me build my GT3, and then so-and-so's fans see them build their McLaren and their Ferrari, and then like they get to bring their car, and then we stack the cars up against each other and like race, and like you see like
bro, Austin's GT3 RS, Alex's fucking GT4 Audi or whatever,
Audi R8 GT4,
your GT3,
yeah,
Jesse's Z06, Billy's.
I would bring my R34.
R34,
yeah.
Billy's building. I don't know if we're allowed to say this because last time we on the episode he was.
Well, he's building
the NSX.
Yeah, he's building his NSX.
Yeah, so but at the
time,
no
details.
Yeah, that's the. We're almost pretty details. But he's
which generation?
Old generation.
Older.
Older generation.
Cool.
Yeah. He's building like a fucking track heavy dial. Then he's like making specific parts. It's gonna be a whole business.
I already know what engine he's going with.
I can only fucking imagine. But yeah, he's building an NSX tailored for it. And he says it's gonna shit on the R34. I was like, okay.
Well, Jesse might bring his R34 as well.
That's true, yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of, honestly, now I think about it, we can 100%.
Like, how sick would that be? Like,
awesome.
Imagine you have an NSX, R34, GT3s, McLarens, Lamborghinis, Audis.
Old V8 Vantage.
And there's like all these personalities, like large in life personalities, right? Like all these egos clashing against each other.
That's going to be the problem.
Then we'll put it on Discovery Channel.
That'd be fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah,
hey, maybe you can make a Netflix series out of it.
Probably could.
Yeah.
Figure something out.
You know what I'm like really happy about?
I got a friend who's a reality TV producer, so.
Really? Yeah. Speaking about Netflix, so you know like Choi's like going on accidents. Like he's trying to get that on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like I'm just so thankful that Choi was not Snapchatting accidents the time I crashed the McLaren. Can you imagine? Like I just crashed the McLaren, and then before the cops, before the tow trucks, I don't know how he gets the scene so fucking quick. What is your secret, bro? Like, yeah. Imagine like I'm trying to get out of the car, and he just opens the door. He's like, "I got you." How does it feel to crash a Senna?
Bro, that's the best fucking question. I don't know how
you crash, there's smoke, you turn right, and he's just in the passenger seat somehow. Just teleported there.
I don't know how he does it, bro. I don't know how he gets to the scene so fucking fast.
I know he has a scanner,
like
police scanner,
he's
but like still.
Police scanner, police radar, and everything. So he's going fucking crazy, but I don't know how the fuck he does it, bro.
Choice fucking questioning.
He's a nut, bro. He's a nut.
Yeah. You haven't had him on here?
No.
Okay? I mean, I'm sure you have connections with him. We get him on
if
here.
you have a really good one
Yeah,
yourself, then
I'll connect
plug
you
me
guys.
straight.
Yeah.
We went to dinner with him and Al in Austin the other day.
Okay.
I would love to have his ass there too. He'll come for sure.
He would Troy has stories, bro.
Like a motherfucker.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like a motherfucker.
He's done so much at his age. Like, he's a cool kid. He's like a good heart too. Like, anything he does, I'm always happy for him. And he's like so fucking creative and out of the box, like thinker. I know like the thing he was gonna do for Christmas. He ended up not doing it, but like I'm not gonna say because I'm sure he'll do next Christmas.
Hanging.
Yeah, you'll find out next winter. You gotta wait 10 months. But like that idea, I was like, holy fuck! Like, why has no one ever thought of that? That is so cool to do. Yeah.
You're just gonna give me blue balls for a year?
Yeah, it's whatever. Bro. Ask him on the pod. He'll tell you.
What are you gonna do for Christmas?
We said that was the first question we asked.
So Alex,
I think you're doing
Christmas
something for
plans?
Christmas.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, dude. If we could do that.
Bro, I'm down to make something happen.
Okay.
We can either start with Circuit Sim and then work our way up from there.
definitely.
I'm down.
Yeah, circuit sim, and then go to an actual track and invite
I'm
everyone
going
over.
more. So do you have like a membership card?
To what?
Circuit Sim.
Circuit sim?
It's just like swipe for unlimited usage.
No, just when you go there, show them this podcast.
I
Be
would say
like,
show
hey,
his
we
fucking
talked
face.
about circuit sim.
Yeah, just
no, I'll come
watch
with you guys.
Bet.
Vache's, dude, I have a funny story with Vache. So Vache was one of my teammates. He's like won numerous championships go-karting in different countries. When I had the KTM, I bought that car from the team because I wanted to like convert it into a street car, a race car during the street. So we had a 8-hour endurance race. It was me and him. Before he goes on the track, he's like, "Did you buy insurance for this thing?" Okay. I was like, "You can get insurance for like track cars? Like there's like track insurance." He's like, "Yeah, bro. Like go to opentrack.com, get insurance." I was like, "Okay." So he's doing laps, and I'm like on my phone. I'm on the stand. I'm like getting insurance, and then I get insurance. I get the confirmation, and then I record him 1 lap, 2 laps. 3rd lap, all I see is the car goes sideways, slowly hits the tire barrier, flips. I'm like, oh my fucking God. And this is like the first day with that car. It was a brand new like car. He flips it on Friday during practice, and our race is Saturday. I literally got insurance at like 12:08, and like 12:16, he flipped the fucking car. Yeah, it was a miracle.
Wow.
But the team fixed the car in like 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours later, it was on the track, and then we did the race Saturday. We were first until the very last hour of the race. A suspension piece failed. I guess it was a stress fracture from the accident, or when the tow truck like flipped it back up. The rotor fell. So all we hear on the radio, he's like, I got a flat tire. We're like, okay, no problem. Like we have a lap lead, just come pit. We'll still be ahead. He comes, they like take the tire off, and they take the wheel off. The fucking wheel separates in half. Turns out the rotor had fallen off, and it was grinding inside the tire and just shaved off like a whole like inch of the inside of the wheel. So it like separated. Team gets on it, and then we do a driver change. Takes the team like 8 minutes to like change entire suspension assembly. At this point, we fell back 2 laps. There's 45 minutes left on the race. We were down to 4th place. I get back in the car. I get us to 3rd. And then on the very last lap, I get us to 2nd place. It would have been a cool story, like flip on Friday, win on Saturday. But yeah, we got 2nd place that race.
Bro, so what is like driving a KTM like? Is that just a whole different level of
Yeah.
rigidity, just insanity car?
Yeah, almost too much.
Really?
Like it doesn't have enough suspension movement.
Really?
Yeah, the car needs a little flex.
Because that is a race car, yeah?
The KTM is a race car. Yeah, it's like purpose built to be a
the
race.
Expo?
Expo.
Where the roof like
Yeah,
does
yeah,
this?
yeah. They made a street version of it too, which is
Yeah.
like so cool. But yeah, that was a fucking amazing car. That is such a cool car.
Have you driven a BAC mono?
No, I haven't. That's one car I haven't driven. Yeah.
I think those are so cool.
Yeah.
I want to drive one bad.
Yeah.
But first, I got to spend some sim time.
Yeah, my friend has one. He could bring it.
Really?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yes. Let me get some seat time, and then
Okay.
that'll be sick. But yeah, I've always wondered kind of just how different some of these cars are, like an Expo or something like that. Like, I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about driving an Expo before.
It's a cool car. Yeah. You haven't been to the track, but like if you know the S's at Bunwillow, there's like this car I cannot take flat. The last like left-hander, like left S all the way at the end, like you have to lift. Super Trofeo, you like slightly have to lift. The fucking crossbar was just fucking pinned. I was flat. And that's when you can tell the difference between cars, right? Like if you can take that turn and you're taking it at like 150 miles, like you're doing S's at 150, like 140, 150. And just like pinned. And it's Bunwillow isn't very like wide. It's like the track is like from that wall to like that column. It's not like Bahrain where like, you know, it's wide. So to take those S's pinned is a different feeling than, you know, a car like this, a street car.
Right.
So what's the most capable car you've driven?
The Senna.
The Senna. Really? So the Senna is even crazier than like an Expo.
Yeah. So Bunwillow in the Expo, I did a 144. The Senna was a 140.
Wow.
Yeah, but the Expo is also 500 horsepower. It has a Audi RS3 engine turbo.
The 5-liter or the 5-cylinder.
Yeah, and then the Senna is 800 horsepower. The Senna is a very capable car.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a great car.
Speaking of capable cars that are be coming to the sphere pretty soon, have you heard about the new ZR1 breaking all these fucking lap times here?
Yeah, that's cool.
What do you think of that?
Fucking, I'm so happy America's finally doing it.
Doing some shit, right?
Yeah.
Well, have you seen the Zinger?
They also need 1,000 horsepower to do it. It's kind of cheating. Yeah.
I think that car's gonna be fucking nasty. I also think the new GT2 RS, whenever that fucking comes out, is gonna be disgusting too.
Have you seen the Zinger?
I have.
21C.
Yeah.
That's also American.
Like,
yeah.
What is it like? Seat behind the seat.
Tandem seat. Yeah.
Yeah, tandem seat. Yeah.
They're going after some track record.
They are.
American company based right out of Southern
They
California.
got it, and then Koenigsegg beat them. Like they beat Koenigsegg. Yeah, they're going back for it. It's cool, dude. Yeah. Ultimate goal in life is like once I sell the businesses, is start my own car company. That is where I'd like.
Well, Zinger might be the people that make that possible for you.
Yeah, quite literally. Are we allowed to say?
Well, it's literally on our podcast that comes out. It's going to be
It's
out
become
before
you.
out.
Yeah, they have. It's like the Singer brand is a branch off of an engineering firm that they started called Divergent, and they specialize in 3D printing, but they also do like, you can explain the AI aspect more, but they basically use really intelligent AI design to simplify everything into like a what do you call it? What's the name of it?
Well, like the designs come out kind of like bio-intelligent. Look like it looks bio-engineered, like biology. Like you look at the suspension parts, it looks like a
Have
skeleton.
you seen the parts on that car?
No, I haven't.
Bro, they're all biometric designs. So like their suspension.
Because it's all AI. It's all AI modeled. It's like here's the size and here's how strong it needs to be.
Okay.
So give me the most optimal engineered shape for the strongest piece that this needs to be, and then AI designs it, and then they print it.
And they make the car like a unique car for a customer.
It's all 21C built on it's the same. Now it's the same design like that.
So these are like that's the chassis underneath.
Holy shit.
So what they're doing is
they
have like a ton of patents and a ton of they have a lot of machinery that goes into building this.
Producing
so what they're doing is they're going to eventually build out facilities all across America where you can use their equipment to build whatever idea you have. Like somebody that might have the greatest idea for the next gen of vehicles but doesn't have the funding could use their equipment for a way prioritized rate and use AI and print all this and could form something without as needing the much as like fucking 300 million VC to get everything up and running.
Wow.
So someone like yourself that gets to a point where it has the idea, you can use Divergent, go to one of their facilities, print it all out.
Can you connect me with them?
I will.
All right.
Yeah, their facilities are going to be like open source for people.
Yeah, they're basically going to be. They are going to be the forefront of manufacturing
It's
in
like
a couple of
Kinko's
years.
for cars.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I need a stack of posters printed. You go to Kinko's back in the day. It's gonna be like that for cars.
That's amazing.
Like I need to build a custom fucking suspension piece because I'm trying to emulate some track, blah, blah, blah.
But they're not going to design the car for you. You need to come up with your own design. You just go to them and like, they're the manufacturer for the parts.
Bro, let's say this, okay?
Got
you
it.
wanted to dial in this fucking car specifically. You wanted to build some suspension aspect that dialed this car specifically. You could fucking go to them, use their AI model to build it, pay them to print it, and then come and put it on your fucking Porsche.
Wow.
And then sell it.
And then sell it if you wanted to.
You can say, look, this new suspension arm made the GT3 cut 3 seconds off its track time.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Put your own patent on it, sell it.
That's incredible.
Divergent.
Wow. Genius.
Yeah. We were just with them. We're like the first people ever to be inside the factory.
If they ever go public
or have a private another investor around, I'm throwing the house on it.
Every liquid dollar I have into that company.
Okay.
I'll sell my body at that point.
Smart guys, dude. I just sell fucking chicken sandwiches. It's fucking
But people don't fully understand like what the full vision, and Lucas, the guy who started it, talks about it in our podcast. Where they're going.
When does the podcast come out? I actually want to watch that.
Not this Monday.
Should come out next Monday.
Okay.
Next Monday. Yeah.
Cool.
But we're the first people to be in the factory, talk to him at that scale, film at that scale, see an inside look at a lot of shit. So it was fucking.
There's so much shit going on nowadays.
So much shit.
The car's insane though.
I can't wait to see where the automotive industry is going to be 10 years from now.
Bro, it's going to be ridiculous. They're like being able to see that firsthand allowed me to see where it's going to be in 10 years. And it's fucking exciting.
Because even the Laguna Seca record, originally they set it with like an earlier version of the car, right? Because they've still been making improvements and stuff like that. So Koenigsegg came and beat it, and that was like an older version of the car that they beat. So the next day they literally they knew the newer car, the newest version of the car, would beat the record. So as soon as Koenigsegg beat it, the next day they took the car out.
Like 16 hours, like less than 24 hours later, they had beat it. And the car that beat it the second time, every single component was different than the original car that set the record. Because they literally they'll do it, they'll test it, they'll see it what it is, they'll tell AI to let's dial in this aspect. It'll spend all this time making a better design, perfect it, goes on the car.
And that's interesting or it's a big accomplishment because that company is like 2 years old, whereas Koenigsegg's been around for 30 years.
Exactly.
Right? That's part of what it is.
That's what's so crazy. Because, AI unfortunately is much more advanced than we are.
But they're in the same boat as remember when Tesla started as an idea, and they had to sell Tesla's first couple models were the more expensive models because when you put so much R&D into a company, you have to sell a product that's at least at a high dollar amount to cover the R&D before you can get to mass production. They're at that point where the 21C is their first baby of the high ticket dollar amount that we need to cover all the R&D, and they've done the R&D and it's proven. They'll sell the vehicles. Once that scale up, they'll keep rolling into next things. If they can survive, which I think they will, to a point of mass scale, they will. But Singer is also just a branch. Divergent is really the plan. It's the engineering behind it that they've built.
What a genius idea, dude.
I'll connect you. The car is the proof of concept for the tech.
I'll connect you.
Okay, thank you.
It's going to be crazy.
Well, speaking of AI, and I guess we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be a time where drivers get replaced on the track? Imagine Formula 1, but it's computer driven.
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a league for it.
Okay.
But I don't think it would replace it.
No?
It's kind of like there's Formula E, but there's still Formula 1. It would be similar.
I can get that, yeah.
I can see how there'd be a robot league. An AI league?
The reason Formula E isn't exciting is because the sound. But imagine F1 with the sound, and then it's computer driven where the car. I don't know what an F1 driver, I'm sure an F1 driver right now, today, even the best, is only taking the car to 95% of its limit. Right? Can you imagine a computer drives an F1 car at 100% of its limit? Can you imagine that race?
That would be crazy.
How freaking at astronomical speeds these cars are taking these turns. I think that would be exciting to watch.
Reduce weight too, I imagine.
Oh yeah, it's 155 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, 155 pounds. So
imagine like the cars are like 5 seconds faster a lap. Like
That's it.
that would be a sick race to watch.
That would be crazy.
I would like watching it. I just don't think it'd be no.
But is it that exciting? I feel
Yeah,
like it'd
it
get
loses
old.
the
It'd be cool to
excitement.
see, and then you're like,
I think the
'cause it removes the humanity from it.
Where's the politics? Where's the money?
yeah,
Who you
the,
cheering for?
the exciting part would be to see how close a driver can actually get to that.
Just seeing the
Yeah.
to
capability.
that lap time, right? Yeah, seeing the capability. Just next 10 years is gonna be incredible.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
wild,
Yeah.
bro.
We're finally gonna get some flying cars.
I can't.
I
wait,
know
bro.
they've been
10
talking about it since like year 2000. We're gonna have flying cars. But
10 years is such a long time.
Yeah.
You know how far we've come since 2015? It's insane. So, well,
excited.
to wrap it up, everyone gets the same 3 questions at the end.
Oh shit.
The
Okay.
guest questions.
I've never watched your episode until the very end.
Yeah, it's
I wish I knew what the questions were.
You'll know.
Okay.
As soon as you say the first one, you'll know exactly where we're going.
Okay.
Don't worry.
yeah, it's all good.
Let me guess. What's next? No, yeah, is that one of the questions?
What's the most overrated car today?
Oh shit. Okay, I've seen clips of these. Okay, what's the most overrated car today?
Yeah.
Wow, what a question. It's funny. I've seen you guys ask this question like 100 times, but I've never really thought
On the
about
clips. Yeah, everyone gets it.
Now you're in the hot seat.
it. F8.
Really?
What? Was that a shock?
No,
No,
I'm just fucking.
not really.
I think you're the first person to say that.
You are
I
the
mean,
first
yeah.
person to
Okay.
say that.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
interesting.
Why?
I like the F8.
Why do you say that?
It was like Ferrari's first time going the twin turbo route, and it was like so hyped up for like being so fast, but like the car had no soul. And I know like everyone talks about having soul, but when you go from like a 458 or well, I guess sorry,
488.
the 488 was the
The
first one,
488.
right? Yeah. So yeah,
It's like a refined
488 would be. I don't know. I just
488 got a lot of hate.
every car
did.
has its. I don't know what the most hyped car is. Overhyped car. I don't know. Fucking GT3. Let's
Yeah,
make
that's what I'm
let's
saying.
make
You're
Joe
just-
happy.
You're saying it right in front of
Yeah.
me. That's what I'm saying. You're saying it right in front
I'll
of
do
me.
a sick ass burnout for
No,
you.
I think
leaving
your
it.
answer 488 is pretty spec on because
Yeah.
I had a 458 and then fucking driving a 488 and being in it, like, yeah, it's faster in certain aspects, but that 9,000 and just everything about it, bro, is fucking, you can't beat that. So then them choosing to go that twin turbo route immediately after,
You know what? I got a good answer. Aventador
go fuck
is
yourself.
Aventador is the most overhyped car, and only because the sound. Imagine if you take the sound away from Aventador, what's it have?
Oh, it's
the
the
worst.
biggest
It looks
piece of
pretty
dog
sick.
shit ever.
Yeah.
It looks cool. But
Still
it-
one of the best looking cars ever.
Sure,
But it
yeah, one of the,
sucks. It
but only the
sucks.
SVJ, and like not a 2012 Aventador.
No, it sucks.
I
It's.
don't know, I think the
I remember when I
2012
drove that
still
car for the
perfect.
first time. Like,
yeah, bro.
yeah, it
It's
sucks.
kind of fun though. To
No, it's not.
Bro, yes.
No,
got
it's
character,
not.
you know?
No, it's not.
Bro, you become,
Oh, you know what?
become a refined
character.
fucking motherfucker
What?
with this piece of shit.
I got a better one.
Oh,
Here we go.
okay. Let's hear it.
LP640.
Why?
And I'm a LP640 fanatic. It's
Right.
probably like the one car I'm known for, right? They are not worth $1 million and a half for a gated LP640. That car is a piece of shit. It's a $200,000 car, $400,000 car all day long. $1.5 million for
Paying for the rarity. Look at the Veneno. 13 million? Is that a $13 million car? No, but there's 3 of them.
yeah.
I
So
get
if
what
you
you're
want to
saying,
drive around that
You understand what I'm saying?
Batmobile,
I get what you're saying.
Okay, so perfect.
because I know
So
I totally, but
LP640, 1.5 for gated, original, rare, blah blah blah. It has the M on the VIN. Or you could go buy a $300,000 LP640 and then do a $75,000 EAG conversion for a manual.
that's what it costs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
75.
Yeah, that seems like the move.
Yeah, so is it worth 1.5 or is it worth 375?
We need more gated Mercies anyway. So
Yeah.
go do the world a favor.
I'm gonna
Convert
connect you
one.
guys with. I told you my Uncle John. You guys should film at his studio. At one point he had 7 of the 27 LP640s gated.
That's
Fucking
crazy.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Hope we might, maybe next episode we might see us there.
All right.
What's the most underrated car today? Jesus Christ.
No, because it's actually Porsche recently has been getting recognition, right? People actually like now they look cool. What's the most underrated car? Bro, these fucking questions. GTC for Lucel.
That's a great car.
Yeah. I love
that
car.
car.
I have one. I have the V12.
He hates when I bring that car up.
Bro, best fucking luxury, class, V12. It's got the sound. Make a rear-wheel drive whenever you want at the flip of a freaking a lever. Fat-ass burnouts. Do whatever you want.
Drop it a little bit.
Amazing car, like audio. It just great car. And they're cheap. They're like, I don't even know how much they are now. I bought mine for $200.
Whole trunk.
Yeah. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
That's a great car.
All right.
I love those cars. I want one of those.
Yeah. It's a cool car.
Fair.
Last question.
Yeah.
You got to build a 3-car garage
Okay.
with no budget. But you only get 3 cars for
Okay.
everything.
Yeah.
For you. For your life.
For you.
Zonda F Roadster. I don't know why that's always been like my poster car. That's like
It's very worth it.
The Zonda might be the most epic looking car of
the
all time.
best of all time. Yeah. Zonda F Roadster manual. Oh, this is a good one. Wow.
His mind is spinning between like the cars,
Right.
the track,
Yeah.
the vibes. So there's so many different things.
It's hard to have no limit, but then a hard limit at the same time. There's no monetary limit. You can only choose 3 cars.
Come on, baby.
For everything.
Okay. Huayra R.
Okay.
Fuck, I'm going all Pagani.
Big Pagani guy.
Yeah. For sure, right? You got to go with that, right?
You've driven Pagani? No?
Yeah, I have.
It's
I drove Randy's.
It's sick
Yeah.
like that,
No.
but it looks sick. So.
Yeah, the blow. I love the blow off valve and the turbo noise.
Okay.
And I didn't think I would, but like it was like over the top. It's like over exaggerated,
So it's
everything
kinda
about
nice.
that car. But I hate the interior, like the dials and like
The jet engine type fucking.
yeah. But like
So we've got a Zonda, we've got a Huayra.
Huayra R, the V12 track car. Okay.
Huayra R.
So that's the track car is done, and then we have like the showstopper.
Right.
And then what else do you go? Fuck, man, this is such a good question. The Kiwi Senna. The Kiwi Senna.
The Kiwi Senna.
That's a hell of a cracked out garage.
No, honestly, I would probably say the CGT.
No daily driver? How you going to get groceries?
CGT.
DoorDash.
Yeah. I've fallen in love with the CGT.
I respect that.
It's new to me. Daily.
Those are the only 3 cars you have, though. Just realize
so
that.
Zonda, you're never
You have a
driving. The
Zonda,
Huayra,
you got a
you're hardly
Huayra, and you got a
driving.
CGT.
Okay. Bentley Flying Spur.
You can drive them as much as you want. There's no
Okay,
budget to the
okay.
question. But
Bentley, yeah, because if you have the Zonda F Roadster, then the CGT doesn't like stack up as amazing as the CGT is. The Zonda has the noise, has the looks. You take the top off. Flying Spur, no. The Koenigsegg, what's that 4-seater Koenigsegg?
Oh my
Gamera?
God.
Gamera.
Gamera.
Yeah,
however you say it.
there you go. That would be my daily.
Okay.
I respect it. That's a pretty.
Yeah,
that's a
that's
pretty.
Koenigsegg and Paganis.
It's a pretty badass garage.
Yeah.
Maybe
Is
one
it?
of the most, yeah.
What's yours?
Do you want to know ours?
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore.
You want to go ahead and spit it out?
Dude,
No, ours
I literally
fucking
don't know.
changes all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
I literally don't know.
All right, I'm a lot more simple. I'm not track oriented like you, and I don't really get too much into. I would love to have all the crazy shit, but I would probably go pure sport.
Okay.
I have to do Black Badge Coley as a daily. I have to,
Okay.
bro. I'm a slut. I have to.
You're mentioning all the like overweight cars. not judging.
No, I know. And then my last one. Fuck, this is hard. Bro, honestly, I would do, and it's gonna sound really crazy, and everyone's gonna fucking hate me for this, but I would do a Corvette E-Ray twin turboed built motor. Track monster.
Okay.
0 to 60 on that car. I mean, quarter mile on that car it's untouchable.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
I respect it. That's cool. That's different.
It's
Yeah.
weird, is what it is.
Yeah, it's different.
There you go. Coley, so I can pop out.
All right.
I got my pure sport as my fuck you, and then
Okay.
I got E-Ray as just the you're not beating me. Like I don't give a fuck where we're at. You obviously track course you might, but anywhere else, you won't beat me.
All right. I mean, I would ask Gavin Newsom. But he's probably just gonna name a bunch of electric cars.
Oh my gosh.
And you liked his car choices earlier.
Yeah. I'd probably say GTC4 Lusso, but then it's like there's no budget, and you said Gemera, and that's like, why wouldn't you do that instead of the GTC4 Lusso at that point? So I guess we'll go with that. The Gemera. It's hard because I think the Zonda's like the most epic looking car too, but I love the Pure Sport. Today I'm gonna go Jesko.
Okay.
So we'll go Jesko and Gemera, and I'll just give Christian a kiss.
On his nice bald head. Just give him a nice,
just one of these.
He's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then the last one, I'm gonna go with the 21C.
I respect that.
The Zinger. That
Okay.
car's insane.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen one, so I wouldn't know. That's cool.
They look
show you a
insane,
photo.
and just like,
I mean, I've seen pictures, not in person.
after hearing the whole philosophy and getting close to the cars, and like, they're insane.
Okay.
So-
Awesome.
And that's it.
Cool, man.
Yeah. What a stupid garage. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna drive. Maybe I should have gone with the GTC4
Just
Lusso.
have some practicality.
Yeah, exactly.
Both of you with no practicality, you weird
I mean, that's
motherfuckers,
the whole
man.
point of the Gemera was
Jesus.
for
The
The
practicality.
Gamera
so-
is very practical.
Fuck out of here.
That's a cool car. Go shoot getter.
Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for taking the time.
I appreciate
bro.
you, man.
We
Thank you.
appreciate it tremendously. You want to plug your socials?
Yeah, sure. Senna Crasher? No. A18? No. Yeah, Edmond Mondi.
818.
Edmond Mondi. Yeah, I'm sure people know me.
And that's it, bro.
Yeah.
And thanks,
Cool.
George, for Corsa Galleria,
Yeah.
Yeah,
shout
thank
out.
as
you.
always.
Glendale
Course
locals,
spot.
baby.
Yeah, I
That's
appreciate you guys. Thank you, man.
Of course, bro. We're out.